confronted Ernest, the leader of this particular branch of the commune, and a sort of parental figure to Verity, explained that basically someone higher up wanted Desmond in for vague reasons. And Desmond, you said that you would be willing to hang out in the commune, not join, but to help them tend to their garden a little bit, maybe kind of get some answers as to what they want for you, and maybe to do a little favor for your good friend Verity as well. And meanwhile, Juniper was confronting Lila in Jerry, the dear old beaten up station wagon, and after getting pulled over into an alleyway, you confronted Lila, who you believed for a while has been possessed by some otherworldly creature. And when you confronted Lila, she quickly revealed that she is not Lila. Her name is Violet, and she is the one who owns the body that she says Lila is possessing. Meaning that it is not Lila who is this person before you. It is actually this Violet, if her words can indeed be believed. And I think those are the major things that happened when we left off last time. So let's dive right back in to Jerry, to Juniper, and to Violet after this information has been dropped. Juniper, what are you doing?
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense because Lila's mom calls her Lila. If she was really Violet, wouldn't her mom call her Violet?
How long do you think she's been possessing me for?
I don't know. How long do possessions last? Like a week? A year? 3 years? 3,000? I don't know. What's the normal possession timeline?
She has been possessing me my entire life, Juniper.
Dang. That's horrible. I'm really sorry.
Thank you. I genuinely appreciate that. Recently, I've been having moments of being able to break through, as it were. Getting very close, finally scratching the surface. And last time, I thought I'd finally made it. I thought I was home again, that I could finally be me. And then she clawed her way back once again and pushed me right out. I couldn't even take a moment to enjoy life before she was back in control once again.
That sounds really rough. So what, do you know what Lila is? How she got into your body?
I have no idea, but whatever it is, she can't be trusted.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, right.
This is a lot for you to take in.
Right. Also, in the future, if you want to be, like, friends with someone, normally taking them to, like, a creepy murder alley and making it so they can't open the door is not a good method.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I being unreasonable right now? Am I maybe being a little bit emotional about the current situation? Because I think I'm handling things with a plum right now, Juniper. So I'm sorry if I don't fit your best way to make friends mold at the moment, yeah? Because I'm dealing with a lot, okay?
You are dealing with a lot. You're dealing with quite a bit. You're dealing with so much.
Sorry. That was mean. I didn't mean to be mean. I wasn't kidding. I genuinely do like you, Juniper. You seem like a wonderful person. I want us to be friends, but she won't let us.
Want to be friends with me because you think I'm fun? Or do you want to be friends with me because I can manipulate powers and that could potentially be helpful for you? I mean, I understand if it's the second because, hey, I've been in situations before where you'll say anything or do anything to survive and I wouldn't hold it against you. I just want us to be honest on what this relationship is.
I don't fully understand what power you have, Juniper. If you think you can use it to help me, I would welcome it. But no, I just think out of the frosted window that I've experienced existence so far, you have been a true highlight in my eyes.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
There's something I need to do. So
What is it?
I need to get help. And so I think I'm going to do that. And she puts the car back in gear and starts driving out of the alleyway once again. And she says, I'll drop you off at home.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Gosh, that's a lot. You just kind of like dropped this huge bomb of, by the way, Lila's actually possessing me, and now you're like, I'm just gonna leave. Are you okay? Like, are you feeling okay? Because that's a lot, and I feel like, you know, if you don't get a lot of time to actually talk to others or feel things, like if you just want to vent for a bit, I can listen.
See, this is why I like you. But I also fear that if I start, much like a dam breaking, I won't be able to stop. And right now, I really need to keep everything reined in just a bit longer.
I understand that.
And she continues driving. Do you want to be dropped off at the apartments, or do you want to do something else?
I want to know where she's going, but I don't think she'd let me. I'll ask. Can I come with? I mean, it's totally okay if you're like, no, I want to go find this mysterious, helpful person on my own. But, you know, most epic quests involve a sidekick, and I feel like I have all the qualities. I'm, like, super charming and really funny, and, like, I think I'm the perfect sidekick.
Roll to convince, Juniper. Let's see how this goes.
Okay. Alright.
Tag
Let's
anything
see.
you think is appropriate. And I will
Okay.
tag any weaknesses.
Would blending in work here?
Sure. You're blending in as a psychic, why not?
Exactly. I'm gonna do blending in.
Uh-huh.
Customer service smile, because I'm smiling. while I'm doing this.
Might have to limit that to not just whenever you're smiling, but it seems appropriate for now.
Okay. And I don't really think there's a good reason to use dress for any occasion at this moment because I don't know how you can dress like a sidekick. I don't think I can swing that one at all.
Unless you're dressed like a superhero psychic or something.
Yeah, actually,
Well-
I have a mask in my back pocket and a cape. No. Okay, so we'll do the 2 then.
Sounds good. Let's see what we get.
Okay, let's go.
First roll of the game.
Am I gonna make
All right, a
friends
mild success. Your target to either take the status with a power of 2, or given a little but protect their own agenda. So there's no real status here, unless. So I'll give you the choice. Would you like to put the status 2 on Violet of trust, or would you like her to capitulate a little bit, maybe let you follow some of the way to see what she's doing, but not to its apex?
How long do statuses last?
For the sake of this, like, the trust will remain until you give reason for it to not be true anymore.
We'll put the trust then.
Okay.
I feel like, let's log con it.
Yeah,
It's not
sounds good.
I'm
So,
not sure if it's a con though, because I don't know. Violet seems kind of fun. I'm not sure how I feel about any of this at the moment.
that's very fair. So yeah, you can see Violet kind of takes a second to sort of like look down and then sort of looks at you. You can see, you know, very soulful eyes kind of watering up a little bit because this is like the first interaction she's had recently, and you know, a lot of emotion swirling around. And she looks at you and she says, "I really appreciate that, Juniper. I really do. This is something I have to do on my own."
Okay, but like later, if you're still around, we should definitely do that bungee jumping thing because we were talking about it on text, and I really want to jump off a bridge with rope. That just sounds fun. So I think at some point we should do that because it'd be fun.
I want to too. And then she unlocks the door for you.
Bye, Violet.
I don't know what you're gonna tell the others, but it's up to you.
Not like they'll believe me. They don't believe anything I say.
Maybe not. And she closes the door. It slams with a horrible croak, as does Jerry's rusty doors. And you see the red taillights of Jerry driving off away. So Lila.
Thomas, how dare you?
You once
Holy
again
moly.
find yourself in the familiar realm that you found yourself in before. A place, a void almost, filled with these massive, gargantuan violet crystals, and little else within the environment. What have you been doing during your time here?
The entire time, she has just been panicking because she keeps thinking, like, I have to find a way out of here before whatever is possessing me hurts someone or goes on another date with an asshole again. And so she is just like, before she was kind of interacting with the memories and stuff like that. So I guess she's kind of trying to do that, trying to find like a weak point somewhere in the structure to break through and get back as quickly as she can before something horrible happens.
Love this. Okay, in that case, yeah, looking for a weak point. Why don't you roll investigate to see if you find anything at all? Because you've been wandering around this place for multiple hours in the past and have found a lot of nothing. So yeah, you can go ahead and sort of attempt again to see if there's anything you can just be disrespectful about this time. See if there's anything you can break or smash through to really get your way this time.
So I'm gonna use Realm of the Unknown since that's where I am.
Very appropriate.
And Determination.
Uh-huh.
So we'll roll Investigate. Do I have any minuses on this?
Nope.
Okay. Let's see here.
A great success.
Ooh, okay.
All right. So normally the way this works is you get clues equal to your power. I think in this case we're going to straight up give you what you were looking to achieve, however, which is that weak point, that something you can potentially punch through or figure out how it works to get some kind of control over this. And I think this time around, what's Lila's general demeanor right now? Is it kind of like just a feverish movement? Is she sort of being aggressive? Is she trying to be as cunning as she can? How's her sort of demeanor right now?
She's very frantic.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine that there's a lot of just like her, I don't know, I kind of imagine her just like trying to dig through things, just like with her bare hands. So
Just
I'm sure like her
slamming
nails
on
are kind of
crystals.
ripped up at this point and
Sure.
just really kind of freaking out because she's terrified that this person's gonna do something bad.
Yeah, it's a while before you really make much progress. There's a lot of long stretches of nothingness in this place that you kind of have to traverse before you see like, okay, this next crystal formation, does that do anything? Let's find out, and just kind of like start sprinting over to it. And I think during one of your frantic runs, that's when you feel a sort of crack come from underneath your feet, and you see that a piece of crystal that forms the ground seems to break away and disappear, and you see a small shaft of light peeking out from below, and so you quickly dive in, start sort of tearing it away, and the crystal falls apart in your hands until it basically keeps collapsing until it's exposed this large hole that leads to this basically this very watery looking substance, sort of metallic in nature, slightly oily and incandescent as well, or iridescent I should say. And when you see it, you can see very vague glimpses of the other side, the world through your eyes potentially, but it's very turbulent right now, so it's hard to get a real proper look at it right now.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna just take a moment to kind of like bring it in a little bit and just kind of see if I can calm the water to get a better idea of like if I go through this, if I just jump in, is that gonna get me free and clear?
The water doesn't clear so much as it It's like it was sort of rippling out again and again and again, constantly, as though there was something dripping into it. Suddenly you look at it and it like stops for a second and starts rippling inwards, as though you just kind of like reversed something. And this large sort of bulbous form of this liquid just raises up before you and starts sort of like be manipulated by yourself before your eyes. You find you're able to sort of like take off pieces of these globs and sort of like shift them around, move them around a little bit. And sort of have full control of how they function.
Okay. Can I maybe make an investigate roll to figure out what this does?
We can carry over that second clue that you achieved to sort of give you
Okay.
the answer to that. This is basically a semi-permeable spirit barrier, as far as you can tell, with your sort of limited knowledge. This would be your best theory of what this is. And not only, since you got a great success, not only do you think you could potentially access this to go back, but you believe that now, should you ever come back here again, you could sort of rekindle with it so quickly that any possessions that do take hold of you, you can nix immediately.
Okay. Okay, this is good. Okay, we're learning. It's gonna be fine. Okay. I jump in.
Okay, you leap into this strange metallic substance, and it's a very unusual sensation, because it's as though your entire form gets slowly liquefied and melded into this thing as your spirit and soul bursts out through this membrane once again, and there is an exchange that happens that is almost imperceptible, and then suddenly you find yourself outside your apartment building with your car keys in your hand. Heading inwards, it looked like.
Okay.
You notice that your medical bracelet, the one that was basically a little tracker to help you with possessions, is gone.
I check my bag. I check for like my food, my medications.
All there.
Okay. I just sit down. I take out my phone and I'm gonna take a minute to see if I can remember anything from the past. Like, what is the last thing that I remember?
You were heading to the Mystery Club room with your friends to kind of regroup and figure out where to go next.
Okay,
And
I check like the time and date on my phone to see how long, like how much time has passed.
it's been most of the day. And you see some previous text in the group text suggesting that your friends got up to some hijinks in the meantime.
I call Juniper.
All right, Juniper. You ring out. It says the call cannot connect.
I don't have a phone.
Boop,
Oh,
boop,
right.
Boop, boop, boop,
I don't
boop.
have a phone. Can you call
Okay,
me?
I get up, I walk into the building, and I go to her apartment.
Okay. Yeah, it's not too long before Juniper, Lila. Or would you actually even know? Ooh,
Dripping. If she's drippy, I'd know.
she's dripping a lot.
No, because Violet didn't drip. That was the big giveaway. Is that
Yeah.
Violet,
Okay, sure.
There's no dripping.
She also looks just like.
Fair. You have a pretty good impression that this is Lila standing before you.
Oh, dang. Oh.
Juniper, okay, I need you to be completely honest with me right now. Did I hurt anyone?
I don't think so. No, not from what I know.
Okay.
I don't think you want to hurt anyone.
What?
What?
Did I want to hurt someone?
I don't think you did. I don't think you want to hurt anyone. Do you want to hurt anyone, Lila?
No. The last thing I remember is you got that shovel.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. You... This is weird. God, I hadn't even finished processing the last information. You want to come inside?
Yes, if you can tell me what I did, what we did. I mean, I
don't... I talked to the other you.
Okay, what did she say? or they,
She.
she.
Layla, what do you remember, like, of being a kid?
Bit of a loaded question. I mean, how far back do you want me to go?
The furthest back you can go.
When I was 3 or 4, we went on like a picnic at the Pops thing, you know, like where you go to the orchestra. It's outside during the summer. You sit on a blanket and they, you know, the orchestra plays like pop music and, you know, like movie themes and stuff like that. And they played the theme from like one of my favorite animated shows and like a medley. And so I remember that. I remember my dad pushing me on a tricycle. I remember the father-daughter dance before he died. I remember you know, playing with like little alphabet foam things in the tub with my mom.
I don't think any of that was supposed to be yours, Lila.
Oh, fuck, you just said that.
What?
Fuck.
I don't think that was supposed to be yours. I think you stole that from Violet.
What do you mean?
I talked with her. That's her body. You're the one possessing it.
I've been... What?
Do you want, like, some tea? I feel like...
No, what are you saying?
It's not yours! I've already said it! What more do you want me? I don't know anymore. I didn't have a huge, long conversation with Violet. We had a brief discussion in the murder alley. What more do you want? Do you want some tea?
What do you... I've always been in this body.
Yeah, because you stole it from Violet when it was supposed to be hers. It was supposed to be, those were her memories. She never even got to know her dad.
No.
Yeah. Why would... It doesn't make any sense, right? The fact that you drip and she doesn't. The fact that all this stuff hurts you.
No matter what ghost is possessing me, I don't drip when I am possessed. She is lying. This is my life. This is my family. Whatever that thing is, burst into my life and she hurt my friends.
Hurt your friends? She hasn't hurt anyone. Actually, she's nice. She's nice to me.
And I'm not nice?
You're nice. You don't particularly enjoy hanging out with me, I know that. That's okay. But I think maybe you should consider if you have some things wrong or not. And if maybe you're missing part of the story and missing part of her perspective you've never known. I'm not saying that either one of you deserves life more than the other. I'm saying
No, you
that-
are. Because
No.
one of us likes you more. At least that's what you think.
That's not what I'm saying. You haven't let me finish. I'm saying that there's a perspective and a story that you haven't heard yet and you don't know, and we should find a solution where everyone gets to be happy and everyone gets to have a body. And I don't know what that looks like or what that means, but I'm not saying I'm gonna pick Violet over you. I'm saying that Violet needs a friend as well.
I just get up and I leave.
Layla, wait! I was really worried!
Violet? So you're gonna call me Violet now? That's not my name.
No, I was going to say...
My name is Maria Maria Violet Schmidt.
I was really worried about you the whole day. I kept asking about you, trying to get you back, and no one would believe me. No one believed a word I said that it wasn't you. I tried so hard, and no one cared. I was the only one who cared. I care about you too, Lila. I care about you, and I don't want bad things to happen to you. All I'm saying is that there's more to the story than just your perspective, and to find the answer, we need to hear both. And we need to listen to both, and we need to consider both.
Thank you for worrying about me. And I worry about you too. And it's not that I don't like spending time with you, it's just that I find everything is very overwhelming ever since this happened. But you have to realize that you essentially just told me that the people that I love, the people that I have mourned, are not mine. So I need to go.
But they weren't. Okay.
And with that,
Sorry.
Lila departs, heads back to her own apartment. When you get there, you see that your mum is there. She is sound asleep, snoring quite loudly as she does, a very calming and familiar sound to you. It can be heard through the walls sometimes, getting the rest that she so desperately needs. Anything you're doing, Lila, aside from trying to digest all of this and rest up?
I sit and I look at my mom for a little bit.
Oh.
And think about how if what Juniper said is right, that I have no right to be in her life.
With that extremely morose thought, Desmond and Verity, you're both at the commune still. Desmond, what was your intention for your stay at this place? Were you going to stay tonight for a few days? Were you going to do it a little bit later? What's the plan? Oh, you're muted right now.
Both of us are muted.
There we go. I was holding the button, it didn't work. Okay. We're definitely not staying tonight. We're leaving.
Okay.
And we'll be back tomorrow with like gardening gear and seeds and a broom and maybe a hammer, some nails, just like things to help.
Fair enough.
Sounds good. Verity, you've somewhat successfully achieved getting Desmond kind of sort of. Listen, if you just let him go through this trial period, you go, sure, you can convince him to stay for the whole shebang. It's just, one step at a time to bask in the glory of Omnius. Anything you're doing to round out the night as or after Desmond is leaving?
Probably not. Though, how does the commune look? Is it like kind of messy? Because Verity will definitely make a pretty big effort to like clean things up because his friend's coming over. Their friend's coming over.
Sounds good. The commune in general is fairly tidy because the people there, try to take good care of it. It's just there's a lot of hand-me-downs, a lot of second-hand equipment they're working with. So, brooms with very few bristles on them, that kind of thing. A dish rag that is ancient. So it can always use a little more sort of like sprucing and tweaking, but for the most part it's clean.
Okay, then yeah, probably not for the rest of the evening.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. So with that in mind, as you all go about resting or staying up with the revelations of the recent 24 hours, you do know that all of you on your person now have a small shovel totem, similar to one that appeared on Juniper's wrist. It can be like, it appears on your keys, or it is now a piece of jewelry on your person, entirely up to you, but you now have access to this little shovel thing. And if you want to leave it behind somewhere, it will not magically follow you or stay bound to you, anything like that, but you now have a key to the pawn shop each. With that in mind, let's get back to school, everybody. So it's a new day. Let's make things a little less bleak over here. Let's get some nicer stuff going on.
Some nice aesthetic.
We'll
We'll say. I already have an idea of what his shovel is. It's gonna be like a pop socket for his phone. It's just like a shovel pop socket.
Love it. Perfect. Yeah, why don't we quickly go around? How does your shovel key take form? Let's start with Juniper. What does yours look like?
Jennifer's really good at losing things. As we've seen by the 2 cell phones that she has lost so very well. I think that she leaves it at home so that way she can go and find it. And it's just like, Natalie, watch this for me, it's important. And when I ask for it, would you please give it back?
She says, yeah, fine, I'll just put it in the bowl. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, sure, we can put it in the bowl.
Because nobody should really... You put keys in and take keys out of the bowl. That's the literal only purpose of the bowl. Okay?
Have a bowl for keys? Since when did we have a bowl for keys? I thought bowl was for food.
We've always had a bowl. It's an organization thing. You come in, you immediately put your keys in there, and then when you leave, you don't have to go looking for your keys because they're exactly where you know where they should be.
But the bowls are for food.
Juniper, you come from a world with very strange rules. I think you can handle the idea that bowls can be more than one thing.
I don't know. I'm trying to find my
Or is that an immutable lore about the world you come from? Is this some new information I need?
Yeah, actually, okay, things are supposed to be one thing only, unless it's part of a complex, like, demon plan. If so, then you're not really supposed to trust it if it can do 2 things at once.
But I thought... This is... Okay, hold on. Help me because my brain doesn't work the same way that yours does. I thought that you spoke to things and they changed and everything was in a constant state of change.
Things change, and they do change, but they change to what they're supposed to change to. And they do what they want to do. You can't use one thing for multiple things. If there's a bowl for food, and you try to use it for something else, it's going to get mad, because that's its job. It knows it's meant for food, and it's going to get mad at you if you try to put, like, dirt in it, and it's going to be like, why are you putting dirt on me? And it'll probably turn into a demon.
Well, this is easily solved. And she, like, rummages through some of her stuff, gets a little label maker out, and kind of gets a little label printed, and she puts 4 keys on the bowl. And she says, there we go. Now it's changed to what it should be. And there should be no food in here.
Like, stares at it.
And she, like, prints out another thing and puts in parentheses, no food. There. Only for one thing.
Is it gonna get mad? Is it gonna get mad that we're changing its purpose?
No, Juniper, you know that's not how it works here. I
Right,
think,
right.
maybe.
Right? It's not gonna explode into an angry demon. It's not gonna do that.
If it does, I'll be very disappointed, but no, I don't think it will do that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's stable. That's good. Okay. Yeah! No, that works. Okay. Alright. That's an easy solution. There's so many complex problems. I'm glad we found one that was easy to solve. Thanks, Natalie.
Do you want to keep this? And she's like holds out the little label maker towards you.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell everything what it should be!
Oh, this is a terrible idea. And she releases a hold of her ghostly hold on it. Great. Verity, what does your little shovel key take form of?
I was thinking like it was like a keychain, I guess. I don't
Yeah, a
know.
little keychain? Maybe like to attach to your belt, or like a little Swiss Army knife, multi-tool or something?
Omnius tool?
A tool for every occasion. Omnius.
Ooh. Yeah. So just a keychain to, I don't know. They do have a phone.
Mhm.
They do have. They're pretty good at like keeping care of their possessions. So yeah, slot it onto a keychain that goes into their bag that they carry around everywhere.
Love it. Perfect. And Desmond, you said yours was a little a pop thing, right? Oh,
Gray,
you muted again.
I keep forgetting which button it is. It's fine. So it's like a pop socket, yeah, where
Perfect.
it's on the back of his phone, and like he can just use it to hold his phone, and it's always kind of in his hand because he's holding his phone.
Love it. Now, Lila, you have less perspective on what this is or why it suddenly is in your possession, but how does your shovel key take form?
I think it is just a little keychain that's on her house keys, and she's just like, I think she assumes it must be like a little tchotchke from the caverns. She's just like,
Yeah. Visit the fracturing caves.
woohoo! They give you a shovel. I don't know. I
Can we get a quick
there for this
illustration of what Lila's keys look like? Because I imagine she's got like her Jerry things, and like there must be a little something there to sort of make it her own.
Yeah, so I think she actually painted like each of the keys like with nail polish to make them look different so
Oh.
that she can tell them apart. So like Jerry's keys has little sunflowers on it and the house key has like little hearts. And I think there's also like like a little like the little like kind of plushy like keychain things or whatever, like something of like a popular cartoon or something like that
Love
is
it.
on there as well.
Perfect.
So it's a very busy
Yeah, of course. It's an
ring
artist's
of keys.
keychain.
Yes.
Lovely. Well, we're gonna cut quite aggressively forward to some curricula at GASP, the Golden Acres Spellcrafting Polytechnic, because
Oh no.
you all find yourself, assuming that you all continue going to these classes, you find yourselves in what is known as provocation studies. And this is effectively a means to torture students, to see if there's any avenue to really get to to really dive deep to the core of their magic through ways that it might not be typical or expected. For example,
no.
for some people in emotional distress, their magic sometimes works a bit better, for example. So, you are currently being thrust through a death course where there are various traps. You're stuck in a maze. There are snarling creatures roaming around. There's a deadly miasma that like sucks one of the students before your eyes and goes no, and just disappears into darkness. And you are all fleeing for your lives, desperately trying to escape this horrible death maze. So I imagine you're all together. I think we're basically like at the point where a teacher like basically got an air horn and went, all right, here we go, burp, and then suddenly darkness and the screams of your fellow school members and everyone scattering in different directions. During all this chaos, what do you all do?
Is this an education? Is this
Roll
supposed
credit.
to be a roll credit? Credit.
So first things first, no one can see in the dark, right? That's not a thing any of us
The
can
darkness
do.
is fleeting. It was mostly like a quick jolt to sort of change the environment around you, and it's like slowly now just a living darkness that's sort of like shifting and moving around like a horrible shadow creature.
Oh, that's
Like
not
those-
better. I
Oh,
prefer just normal darkness.
Oh, it's magic! It's magic hordes! It's magic hordes! It's magic that moves! It's magic hordes! They do that! They do that! It's really bad! We should leave.
Yeah, can we just move away from that part? Is there a goal? Is it just
The goal
survive?
is to escape the maze.
Oh, it's a mate. Okay, yeah. Let's move.
Okay, are you all sticking together for this, or are you splitting up?
Wait, Desmond, give me your arm.
Okay, here.
And I'm gonna put a label on it that says
Oh, God.
Juniper's friend.
What does it say?
Juniper's friend.
Aw,
In the
There.
that's like
Now we're friends! And you can't say no because the label says so.
Unfortunately, Juniper, this very action is taking the risk, so please roll to take the risk for doing anything that's not actively trying to not get horribly attacked right now.
That's fine. I have nothing to help me do this, but I love to take risks and
Just
not
imagine-
do what I should do.
You all see that appearing around a nearby corner, there's this massive sort of neon bright blue clawed hand that reaches around and it pulls towards you a face, this sort of like feline-like face, except twisted and slightly undead looking because it's like a big glowing cat skull, and it's like, "Ah!" and it charges right at Juniper. And Juniper, you have a hard bargain or an ugly choice. Oh goodness. The hard bargain or ugly choice is that you can get maybe slightly chomped by this terrifying neon skeletal cat creature. But there's also this other kid, you don't know their name, they're nearby, you could probably just gently throw them in the way as bait. Your choice.
Either way, do I get to make sure the friend label is on Desmond so that we're
Yeah,
friends now?
that's not part of your hard bargain. No, no
Okay,
worries
okay,
about
we're
that.
friends no matter what I do. Who is that random kid? Like, can I have some backstory on them before I make this decision?
Do you think you keep track of people's names pretty well?
No, because names are hard to remember, but I'm trying to figure out who's important because if they're important, they might be the one to die. So I do know people, I just don't know their names.
Fair enough. It's a fairly lithe-looking kid, kind of like lanky and gangly. He's wearing sort of this flannel shirt right now that's sort of a bit disheveled. Has some nice highlights in his hair, and just looks a bit bewildered in general. Just like, wait. What?
He has magic, I don't. The exercise is made for him, it's not made for me. Just... but everyone keeps calling me a bad person. But if I make them all my friend, then it doesn't matter if they call me my bad person because the label means they're my friend. And you can't
You
just
certainly
give
don't
me a
have enough
label.
time to think about this decision.
This is I get chomped.
Okay, you get chomped, and it's not a chomp that it is like a physical bite that like hurts. It is more of this electrical feeling that just
Aw.
you all see Juniper just immediately light up electricity. Just like the classic, you can see her skeleton for a brief second struck by electricity. So Juniper, you now have the zapped 2 tag added to you.
Okay.
The rest of you, Verity, Lila, what are you both doing?
I'm gonna kick the
Go
living.
ahead.
I'm gonna kick the world out of this cat thing that's biting my friend label.
Okay, so Desmond, go ahead and roll go toe to toe while you're doing that. What about the other 2?
Verity, you go first.
I don't know.
Verity, you see
Everybody's
that
just
like
terrified.
basically the ground underneath you suddenly like lights up a little bit, and it turns into sort of like this grid pattern, and suddenly tiles start falling away beneath your feet.
Okay, yeah, I run away from all these tile things. Look, man, I'm not gonna. No, this is not chill. This is not cool. I'm running.
All right, give me a face danger, Verity, and anything that can help you move fast or deftly, you can add. And
No.
for going toe to toe, Desmond, you move in against this neon skeletal cat creature. And let's see, you get them good. Okay. So basically, you smash this cat thing, and you see one of its little neon arms pop right off, sort of like land with a clatter nearby, and it kind of looks at you and sort of disappears, and the hand just starts crawling across the ground towards you, and then flies up and pops back into this thing who is now behind you, and it leans eerily close to you and says, "What's the matter? Getting frustrated?"
They talk?
It does, yes.
Why do they talk?
Meanwhile, you all hear the yell coming from Verity as they fall through the grates that disappear, and you see that he is falling straight into molten lava. Lila, what's going on with you?
So, Lila is not sticking with the group.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, she
Are
has
you-
some big complicated feelings about all of these people right now. So she, at the start of this, she used to be in track and field, so she just is treating it like a regular obstacle course and
Love
just
it.
started jogging.
All right, go ahead and face danger. Roll anything that help you move quicker or defter or avoid danger. All apply.
Let's see. So we're gonna go with determination. Gonna go with.
And meanwhile, Verity, you are falling into molten lava. Please give me a face danger roll. Anything that will help you against molten lava, please feel free to add that tag.
Is anything here like technically a ghost or undead or anything like that?
Well, yeah, we'll say yeah. Sure.
Okay, then I would like to use spirit sense to kind of navigate around them.
Love it. Sounds good.
So this is, you said face danger?
Yes, face danger for you and a face danger for Verity too, as they plummet towards lava. Ho
Ooh.
So Severity has a thing where they have a weakness called Tangled, and they can't move through a bunch of bonds. Is
Uh-oh.
that, can I use that weakness to
Interesting.
get tangled up
On purpose.
intentionally.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
like it.
I love this idea. It is generally something that it works against you. So we'll say if you manage to perform a take the risk roll, then you can indeed do this. Otherwise, it does not fall in your favor. So go ahead and take the risk. Anything that applies to you being in a tough emotional state right now can help you out, as per the bonds.
No, I'm just gonna roll take the risk.
Okay,
Mild success on
things get
that.
Messy, hard bargain, ugly choice. Okay. So Verity, as you fall through, you reach out and try to grasp at any of the bonds you could potentially use as like a life aid to not fall into this bubbling lava below. And as you do so, you kind of like get a bit tangled up in them as well. And get a little bit stuck, very uncomfortably close to the lava. And you can see that a hand slowly starts emerging from the lava, and it is red hot, and it is reaching towards you very slowly.
Help!
So your,
Help!
your hard bargain or messy choice is basically: do you want to rely on somebody else to help you out of this, or do you want to try and struggle free at the risk of falling into the lava?
Help! Help! If anyone is willing to help, that'd be nice.
The hand is spiraling around towards you.
Help! Yep. Nope. I don't like that. That looks hot.
All right. So Lila, you are currently making incredible progress. You see that basically a number of students nearby you just like, this is madness. Why are they doing this to us? One of them immediately just like this big sort of axe blade looking ghostly axe blade just appears out of nowhere and just cuts right through them. They do not get hurt in any way that you can see. They're just like, ow! And just collapse to the ground. And meanwhile, another one's just like, oh! And just like keeps running and trips up. And you see that there is basically this big, horrible blob creature that's just splorping over to the rest of you down this corridor. And as it gets closer towards the student who's tripped up, you can see that just its horrible toothed orifice is opening up on this blob creature, and it is getting closer and closer, dripping with who knows what towards this student.
Is there like a wall next to us?
Yes.
Like how is
You're in a
how is this
corridor,
maze
it's coming right towards you.
constructed?
The
Okay.
maze keeps changing as you're moving.
Okay, but what are the walls made of?
They appear to be just like the regular walls of the school, but a bit cast in a much dark light.
Okay, so there's no like the top is just ceiling, or
Yes,
is there
see,
like
it's got like the fluorescent lights that aren't on right now, and classic
okay?
school corridors.
Listen, she's not having a good emotional day, but at the same time, she doesn't want this guy to get, like eaten by this thing. So she's gonna call to the thing that just knifed a guy with the ghostly blade. And she's going to try to pull that over.
Oh, that's rad. Go ahead and roll change the game to see if you can summon forth a spectral sort of like pendulum axe blade to you. And while that's happening, Desmond, Juniper, you hear Verity very, very cutely yelling out for help.
I don't have anything.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean,
And also,
Or-
the really weird thing is you see Verity kind of just suspended in midair, almost like tangled up invisibly.
it's just weird. Like.
Yeah, wait,
Ah,
this whole place
ah.
probably
Why are you
looks
playing
fucking
Twister in the
bizarre
air?
to Juniper. Like the whole thing, because it's all just magic, so she just sees various different. It's probably really hard to look at,
Mhm.
because like
Very overwhelming.
I can't. You know what? What if I just minimize the wall and we walk out?
You can certainly try.
I
No,
think the
Desmond.
DM is just like, you can try, and I'm like, fuck. I
Desmond,
messed up.
Yes.
handle that! I'm gonna do something stupid.
I'm working on it, and then he's gonna like kick flip
Oh,
to kick the guy who appeared and can talk for some reason.
no, that's the
Um,
cat. That's the
the
big
cat.
skeleton neon cat.
Yeah, skeleton neon cat is getting kick flipped, and then he's gonna fall back into the thing doing his Fey transformation. Fly down and like try and finagle them out of there.
Okay. Sounds good. So, to do all of that in a short period of time, you're gonna take a risk from the cat creature near you. So roll face danger. Anything that can help you disengage from an enemy will apply here. And Juniper, if you're going to try and minimize one of the walls in this place, give me a change the game roll, and I'm going to use your takes concentration tag because you are, of course, overwhelmed right now and it is very difficult to focus.
Would this you didn't is the electrocuted a physical thing or a mental thing? Would it affect me trying to do magic?
That
would that affect
applies to basically you trying to do any sort of complicated task. So I'll let you decide. Is you sort of like talking to this thing quite involved, or is it fairly easy breezy?
I think specifically that it wouldn't be complicated. In fact, it's more just like finding what words work with something that doesn't fully know the language all the way.
Is it
So
kind
I'm
of
not
like
sure
just
if
flipping through a thesaurus, just like small, tiny, shrink kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Trying
that
to
seems
figure out-
easy enough. So yeah, your zapped will not apply
Okay.
to this then.
I'm gonna do magically attuned, minimize,
And to
survival
remind you all-
instinct.
Oh yes, sounds good. To remind you all, at any time you can burn a power tag to make a result 10, if you would like. Just keeping that.
And
Okay.
I would like, can I do gotta go fast? Because I need to get out of here fast.
Sure.
Okay, so 4 minus 1 then.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
Uh,
And do I have to burn a power tag after or before? How does that work?
if you want the automatic 10, you do that before you roll, ideally.
I think I'm just gonna see how it goes. Let's
Okay.
just see how it goes.
Sounds good. So Lila, you stand up and draw the ghostly spectral energy towards you. You got a mild success, which means you get 3 juice. So with that 3 juice, would you like to make a ghostly blade 3 potentially on the field, or what would you like to do?
Yeah, we'll go with that. That sounds good.
Sounds good.
actually.
So this thing, very sort of, there's some resistance there. It doesn't necessarily follow your commands immediately, and I think there's just a moment of like frustration for you potentially of just like I said, and it sort of like gets pulled out from the wall, and you now have in your hand this sort of purplish, ethereal-looking pendulum great axe in your hand.
Okay, let's do this. And I take a swing.
Love it. Go
the
toe to
blob.
toe with this horrible blob creature, and you can add an
Okay.
automatic +3.
Okay. So I really think that the only thing that's gonna work for this is determination. However, like I am using like a ghostly weapon. So maybe the medium tag, but
I'm gonna say no medium for this because it's more of an object than it is a
yeah.
any kind of psyche you're working with.
Okay. So
Cool.
yeah, this was toe to toe, right?
Yes, go toe to toe. So Desmond,
Yes.
you do
Is it
your.
face danger or take a risk?
This is gonna face danger. Or actually, it's face danger because it is attacking you as you're leaving, basically. Cool. Lila, you swing with this spectral ghost axe blade, and it looks so cool. And you kind of swing at this monster, and you cut it straight in half, and just more teeth grow, and it just glomps you immediately. And unfortunately, you're going to take a glomped 3 tag added to you now.
Hey.
Meanwhile, Desmond, you do an incredible kickflip off of this neon skeletal cat creature, and it's like, come on, get back here! As you sort of kick it in the face and flip down. During that, you use your wings and fly down to Verity. Verity, this lava hand is getting dangerously close to you. Are you relying on Desmond to get in here in time, or are you going to do something? This music isn't
Ooh, that's good.
appropriate.
That's a
Hold
good point.
on. There's my danger soundtrack there.
Is there anyone else near me that can help, or are they all just running scared?
Most people are completely out for themselves right now. It looks like Desmond is coming towards you, but that's most you can see right now.
Okay. We might try to, get them to help me out. Just I have a sense of unity
Okay,
with people, and
okay.
maybe it's just we're all in this together, and save me.
Love it, absolutely love it. So there is that that student who Juniper did not feed to the cat creature, who is still somewhat nearby, within shouting range, certainly. So if you want to try and maybe compel or otherwise ask him for help, you can certainly do that.
Yeah.
This will be changing the game to create an ally effectively. So anything you think that can help influence him, go ahead.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna give a
I'll-
+1 from help.
Oh, you applying your help, Desmond?
Yes.
Love it.
For
So did you say change the game?
Yes, change the game. You get an additional +1 because Desmond is trying to help you with his help resource.
Thanks, Desmond.
A
Okay,
great success. You get 3 juice.
Rarity's very good at mind controlling people, guys.
So what does it look like when you ask this person for help?
I think it's not. I think it sounds the same to everyone else, but to the person that like Rarity would address, it's almost like their own voice is talking to them of just like you must help them, you know, like their own voice talking like this is your conscious speaking.
Is there any like effect that happens with a bond? Does one get formed, or do you manipulate one in some way?
I think one of them, like whatever one that's like even vaguely connected, just gets like a lot stronger and just starts like constricting it on itself, but in a very grotesque way, in like a weird like
Love it.
twisted.
Maybe like wrapping itself around the person's like wrists or something
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
process, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. This kid immediately is just like, oh, Verity, and sort of like runs over to you. So the magic that this person knows is of the sort of healing variety.
Oh great, he heal me as I'm burned alive.
So
Awesome!
he kind of like leans over and just like, take my hand.
I take his hand. Did he just slap a heel like a high five? And just let him
You
Like
certainly
Lord
feel
of the Rings, like falling into
Any-
the lava.
any pain you feel at this current moment certainly gets lessened a little bit, but maybe not the most ideal thing at this current time. But Desmond is quickly flying in. So Desmond, you activated your wings and you're flying in. Go ahead and do change the game to pull Verity out of this situation with the help of this other random kid who's like, here you go. He doesn't work out, by the way.
Oh no.
cool. I think I only really have the wings for this. This involves no martial arts or being secretive and fey-like.
Yeah. All right, let's see how you do. As the spectral sort of fairy wings appear on your back, engaging in your fey magic. A great success! Yeah, you effectively completely free Verity from this situation. And I'm wondering, let's see, any fun stuff we want to do with tags or statuses right now? I think you effectively remove any of the effects that were applied to Verity in that moment, so he's not they're not entangled anymore, and you get them out of immediate danger. Verity, you feel lightness as Desmond's very strong arms lift you to safely and deposit you back up where there's less bubbling lava nearby.
Verity is not letting go of Desmond. They're just tugging their legs, just like, oh my god, thank you so much.
We're back on the ground. We're out of the lot. You can
Oh my god, that was really scary. Oh god.
It's everything's fine. But
Omni, save us.
The kid next
we're
to you
just gonna
goes,
keep moving.
"Don't worry, I'll protect them," and just like wraps themselves around Verity protectively.
and now two people are wrapped on me. This is great.
While this nonsense is happening, Juniper, you are attempting to minimize one of the nearby walls to change the game. Is that last? This is a lot of rolls
A
ago.
mild success.
A mild
was
success.
3, and I could. I think there's a couple different things it said I could do.
Yes,
But
you
I'm
can
like-
create a story tag, you can burn a power tag or a story tag, or you can give or reduce a status. And in this case, since I don't have a list of all the story tags, you could remove one that's like maze or deadly traps or something along those lines.
Can I remove wall? Can I just leave?
You can certainly remove wall, absolutely. Anything else you'd like to do with the remaining 2 power you got from that?
Okay, so if the wall is gone, what's after it? When I look out, what is left?
Avoid.
Okay, I would like to remove traps. So then,
Okay.
I guess.
All right, so you remove the deadly traps. You remove the wall. Anything else?
Maze.
Okay, excellent. Suddenly, sort of a shifting of the environment. Basically, the mazy corridors that you're all in suddenly just shift until just this one massive open area, and you can all suddenly see the rest of your students nearby. And you hear over sort of a PA system one of the instructors saying, "All right, who did that? That's not how this is meant to go. Who's messing with it here?"
I point at the healing kid. It was him.
Oh, that's great. He kind of he's like, "Oh." as you point at him. But this gives you all a beeline. You see that there are various doors on the periphery of this sort of like circular chamber you're now in that are lit up, and they say exit, and they offer hope and freedom from this death maze that you find yourselves in. So if you would like, you can all start sprinting straight towards them or doing anything in this current moment.
Oh, I hit Verity with the friend label as well, because I have a moment at this time to get the other one. Ha! Now we're friends and there's no turning backs because the label says so. Okay, let's go.
Okay. So the three of you start running. I imagine Verity, you're kind of Yoda-ing right now on the back of Desmond, just with also this other extra person, just like I'm also here too, helping.
Everything's fine. I'm suspicious though. Can we just like look at this, make sure there's no like traps or riddles or deals
how many
on
of these
this?
exits are actually
Is this an
mimics or
actual
something?
exit, or is this gonna be like a test that we need to go through?
Good question. Those who want to figure that out can roll to investigate to see if they can find the appropriate answers to get out of here. Juniper, you quickly see that the suppressant magics that you did on the various things around here are quickly fading, but you've definitely brought some time of respite for everybody here.
I don't like this place.
So, who would like to investigate, and what tags would you like to use? Oh, is that one from Desmond? Great success. All right, you have 3 questions you can ask me. What do you want them to be?
How do you leave?
You're muted, Gray.
For some reason, it's being very finicky. Okay, is this a real exit?
So there's multiple exits right now. So we can say that you effectively can eliminate one with that question if you'd like, as a potential risk.
The one that we're heading towards.
The one that you're heading towards is absolutely, there is a gigantic monster, like, so perched and ready for anybody to go through it.
Okay, cool. The next one over.
There's a total of 5, and now there's 4 left. You look at the next one, and you can see that there's no monster, and there's nothing behind it as well, but there are traps behind it that are slowly coming back. So if you're fast enough, you can get through it okay. If you're not fast enough, very bad things can happen.
Okay.
One more left.
Okay.
One more question left.
Do the traps look preventable? Like, can I slow down the traps?
Yes. They effectively, Judum has reduced one of these things beyond this door. It's effectively a spike pit, and right now they're little nubbins. So if you can find a way to like throw something soft over them, you can find a way to like bridge the gap in any way, you can absolutely sort of find a way to get around it, or maybe throw some stuff in the works to gum it up a bit as well before the actual spikes grow back potentially.
Well, Desmond, ever since, helping out with the garden, has officially started carrying around seeds, which he wonders why he hasn't been doing already, because it just makes, plants everywhere. So he throws out, what's a good gum up the works plant?
Like
Ivy.
Yeah, I was thinking like ivy, like some vines.
Or
He
moss.
throws out, he throws some seeds out, and we're gonna plant magic those up.
Love it. All right, change the game. Anything pertaining to growing plants, you can go ahead and add that as well. Juniper and Verity, are you both going along with Desmond right now, or are you doing anything else?
Yeah, this is not made for me.
Verity, from your prime position on the back of Desmond, just clutching on, you do see that while the maze is reduced, while the traps are reduced, there are still monsters in this place, and you can see what is effectively this truly wretched-looking, dripping bird creature, like it's made of oil, just flapping about the place and like spraying oil everywhere, with these sinister glowing eyes and just like screeching yell every time it like opens its beak. It like opens beyond 180 degrees. It is slowly splopping its way over to your group.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think I just clutch on tired to Desmond, choking him slightly, which does the opposite of helping, and just yelling, just like, run fast, run faster!
It's right on Desmond's back. No fair.
Beautiful.
Verity has the athleticism of a leaf, okay? This is not no. No, to all of it, no.
What's the random kid's name? What's your name? I say to the random kid.
He's just like running along, like propping up Verity. You kind of like ask him his name. He's like, what?
Name! Name! Your name!
It's Darius.
Darius.
What? Don't give me that. What? What's wrong with that name?
Darius is a lovely name. Now let's talk about more moving.
Like it to be Darius!
You're not nice. Unlike Verity, who is a wonderful, precious person who I'll protect with my life.
Aw, thanks, friend.
Does he look magically manipulated as he says that? Is there some weird magic things? I guess it'd be hard to tell. There's so much magic everywhere.
Yeah, you can't see the bonds that Verity uses, but you can certainly probably get the impression like, huh, that's a bit. Do you even know? Do they even know each other? Kind of a thing.
That's a lot.
Didn't realize they were friends.
So wait, like, are you guys dating or something? What?
Oh,
Is
I'd
this
be
the
so
time
lucky.
for any of this?
Wait, what do you mean? I'd be so lucky. Oh no, what have I done?
Meanwhile, Lila, you are currently stuck inside this horrific ooze thing. There's very little room to maneuver, and there's a bunch of these teeth grinding nearby that you can hear as well. It's a very suffocating and unpleasant environment you find yourself in, but you still have your ghostly spectral axe.
Any of the people that I was actually like that I helped helping me, or did they just book it?
I think
I'm gonna-
most people have written you off as done for at this point.
Yeah, okay, then can I burn the story tag that I created to get an automatic success, or how does that work?
Believe you can. I'm not certain, but for now I'll say yes.
Okay. So then I would like to do that. I just want this to be over. I just want to get out and exit. And just have this horrible experience be over. So yes, I will burn that tag to make another attack.
All right. So this is going to be hitting with all you've got. And then if you're going to get an auto 10, so there's no roll required here, but just roll anyway so I can see. Oh no, never mind. What?
Where is that? Where is it?
Where's what, sorry?
Hit. Oh, right there. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So no matter what you roll, it'll be an automatic 10.
Set this to. Am I checking anything here?
No need. It is not applied when you take a 10 from burning.
Okay.
So just pull that up. What does this look like, by the way? Is this you, like, doing a spectral explosion with thing? Do you, like, crack it open and the necrotic energy comes out? Do you just jam it into this thing and
It's very
break it
like
off?
Hercules in the Hydra, where it's like I am just inside it at this point, and I just like.
We just see a spectral axe fly out of this thing creature.
And I
Incredible.
just step out and just like, oh.
So unfortunately it didn't come up, but if you look at the hit with all you've got, little sticky note, you get 2 of those options listed for what happens. So let me know what you would like.
Okay. I will. Let's take cover, secure superior position. That
Excellent.
being just
Outside of this thing, yeah. Outside and safe from its more. Sounds good.
Yeah.
And you get
so
one of one you
just-
get to choose as well.
Oh, okay. Then let's see. What does get them good do again?
That basically inflicts whatever you're afflicting on them, more so, which in this
Okay.
case sort of applies. You're basically bursting out of this thing, so it's
Yeah.
less important about what track it's getting added to.
Okay, I'll control the collateral damage.
Okay.
I'll make sure that no one else gets hurt in this explosion.
You slice your way out of this thing. There's an explosion of goop that flies everywhere, but it's sort of like the necrosis that you inflict on it. You can see it burning like smoke, just withers these things down to nothingness before it kind of like splats into anybody. And still covered with some ooze, with your axe now destroyed. You are able to free yourself from this creature, and not only that, you basically round a corner and get far away from it as it quickly charges at another target. But you are clear and safe away from its hungry maw once again, and you see the remaining students running for their lives towards the exits.
I will join the queue, I guess.
Okay, sounds good.
Um,
So, Desmond, you are trying to make it to the exit, trying to gum up the works of the spikes, as it were, and you got a mild success for that.
Hmm.
So you get 3 juice with that. So what would you like to do?
I want to create the tag. It takes 1 to create a tag, right?
Yes.
Okay. What are statuses? Like I can't give the traps a status. It has to be on a creature,
You
right?
can give anything a status.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna give the traps a status of gummed up.
Love it. What
And-
level would you like to be? 1, 2, or 3? Oh, sorry, you're muted again.
That's so weird. Okay, sorry about that.
No worries.
I'm gonna use 2, so I can use the last one to create the story tag Garden Trail.
Beautiful. As your vines explode.
Yep, gumming up all the works of the traps and like twisting around the spikes to make them all comfy and padded, but also giving us a nice vined trail to walk along and straight forward so that no one gets lost or moves away from it, please.
Sounds good. So yeah, you're running towards it. Speed is a critical factor here, so give me a face danger. Anything that moves quickly can apply. And while that's happening, the horrible, wretched bird creature moves closer to Juniper and to Verity as well, getting very close, almost within pecking range. What do you both do?
Uh-oh.
Oh, hey, Verity, you got anything? Because if I keep doing what I'm doing, they're gonna figure it out. I don't know if I have much left of that before the PA system figures out I'm me.
Sorry, I'm actually looking at things and Verity's just like,
Darius, do something! Just throw the healer at it!
What?
Darius is my new friend!
No, it's fine. I'll sacrifice myself for you, Verity.
Darius, no!
It's like
I
transparent
literally
and
just
full
said
of-
don't move.
And he leaps onto the vines, and he's made a bridge with his body, I suppose. He goes, ow,
Wait,
ow,
I
oh,
thought he was
ow.
handling the birds!
Oh, sorry, the
bird.
birds, not the vines, Yeah, he charges at the bird, and immediately the bird, you know how birds, like the motions they make when they're sort of like getting corn from the ground? It's exactly that. It is almost instantaneous, where you see this kid, and then suddenly, boop, he's gone. As the thing keeps charging towards the rest of you.
He did nothing. He did nothing. I didn't kill Darius! I saved Darius and then asked him if he could handle it. He said yes and killed himself!
Kill Darius! Oh no!
No, it'll be.
While all this is happening, Desmond, you move fast enough thanks to the bonuses you would have got from Gunned Up and from your Garden Trail as well, to get a great success. So you're able to push your way through this big, bright doorway. The massive trap below you that's like quickly taking form once again. It struggles with all the vegetation you've introduced to it, and with a hop, skip, and a jump, you manage to get through with Verity on your back with great skill. And Juniper, you're able to quickly follow, and you look back and you see that Lila is quickly running towards your exit, and the vines aren't holding for long.
Shit, we gotta buy her more time.
My original plan was to throw Verity through and go back for Lila if that's possible.
Yes, please, absolutely. You can definitely just throw them right through. Verity, you're thrown through the air, and you land safely on the other side. There's a nice big sort of frondy plant that just cushions you. And then immediately gets spiked as you quickly
What's
move out of the way.
Lila's current situation?
Lila is running as fast as he can. The bird is quickly moving towards her, and it has a great stride. But you and Juniper can hop through the door right now if you wanted to.
Gonna.
Hey, you wanna like... I'm gonna try to minimize it out of existence, but do you want to make it look like you're punching it at the same time so no one thinks it's me? We can team up here?
Sure, sounds
Combo
good. I was
attack.
just gonna throw something.
That could work too. That could work too. Do what you think is best, but as long as it's enough of a distraction where the stupid teachers won't watch.
Sounds good. And he's gonna pull out like an acorn and start growing that a little bit until it turns into a sapling and it grows into like a staff size, and then he's gonna chuck it like a javelin.
Ooh, very cool, very cool. Sounds like you're going toe to toe with this thing. So go ahead and roll that. Anything for throwing javelins or growing weapons can apply. While that's happening, Juniper, are you taking any game actions or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna change the game. The same thing as before, same roll.
Got
same
it. Sounds good.
pattern.
Yeah, and you actually notice that as you're kind of trying to concentrate, which again the lack of concentration will apply as a penalty
Yes.
against you again. So I'll just tag that.
Oh, I put a -1, so
Oh,
you
cool.
don't have to
I'll
tag
untag
it.
that then. Thank you. As you're trying to concentrate, you can see that the mazes are like popping back into form. The death traps are reappearing once again. And Lila, how are you making your way through this exit as you see these traps getting revealed and your friends trying to help you?
Just kind of upset that these people are trying to help her. She is just going to, like, she really doesn't have a lot going for her in combat situations. And I don't think there's going to be another, axe situation. So I think she just kind of books it.
Yeah, sure. Anything that helps you move fast, go ahead and do that to face danger.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Juniper.
Not a lot.
Juniper, you see as almost like sort of like something snapping back into place, like a folding cardboard, just like filling this place up again with mazes. You very quickly go, oh, nope, and like kind of undo the work that's going. So very quickly you can see Lila was about to be kind of thrown down a dead end or like a mazy corridor, and you quickly go, nope, and kind of snap it back towards the exit once again. You managed to reduce the traps, so the current spikes are now at their full height within the vines once again reduce, but very quickly growing once again. Desmond, you heave a javelin towards this horrible oily bird thing, and you get a mild success, so you can choose one of those following options. As you all just hear splat from this disgusting
I think that was me who rolled that, because I was rolling to face danger. to get
no,
away.
I'm looking at an earlier roll here.
Yeah,
It's way
I'm
up there. Okay.
gonna inflict the status downed
Ooh,
3.
love it. Basically trying to pin it down. Maybe the javelin goes through its oily foot and sort of like gets it stuck.
Exactly.
Love it.
Bound or
Absolutely love it.
pinned, both work very well.
Very good. So in that case, I'll give you a +1 to your roll, Lila, which unfortunately I don't think actually makes a difference.
Nope.
You still have a mild success. So you take the status that the bird would have given you, but at a tier of -1. So instead of the oiled up 3 you're going to take, you only take oiled up 2. As this thing tries to bite you, it doesn't manage to like get you inside its entire mouth because it's like pulled back from the javelin, but it does sort of bite at you, and you don't feel sort of a pinching as much as just a slamming together of goop as you just get oiled up and you feel slippery and goopy at the same time.
So this is just not a good day for
No.
like my clothes.
However, with that,
Oh.
you manage to leap through the door. The traps are reduced enough thanks to Juniper's magic that all of you now have a clear path to freedom and escape from this hellhole if you would like to take it.
Yes,
Like-
I hate it here.
If you'd like to
I
stay
hate it
behind
here
and like get a high score, you can certainly do that too.
No, I hate it here so much. I hate
I
it
look
here.
like I just did the world's worst mud run. So yes, I would like to get out of here, please.
Yes, I did not dress for this. I'm wearing a Vasari. That's vintage.
All right, so the 5 of you managed to make it to the exit, and as you do, you see there's like a door, a classroom door there, and you open up and you fly out in a big pile of goop and of leaves and of sort of bits of singed hair and clothes and everything. And you kind of like go out squeaking onto freshly mopped floor that says caution wet floor, and you kind of all just like barrel against a wall, and you see the classroom door slowly closes behind, and you just hear a bell ding, signifying class is over.
There was kids still in there. Like, what happened to them? Where are they?
Good question.
God. Okay. Cool.
Is it a thing? I've been watching high school movies. It seems like detention is a thing.
Maybe.
Did
I don't
say
think-
that the death toll was pretty high here, you know?
Yep.
Yeah,
Everyone
I
okay?
Did you guys throw a kid at the bird?
He did that willingly. I just said, what if you, could you fight it? And he said, for Verity! And
Yeah.
then died immediately. I saved his life. He called me not nice, and then he killed himself. It was very peculiar.
Just another day at Gasp.
Did suggest throwing the healer at them though.
Yeah, that was not nice.
Words don't mean anything. He could say no, Verity. He could say no.
That's fair. He did run towards it. Also, who's the fifth person here?
Fifth person.
You said the 5 of us.
I look around. Is there someone else here? With us?
I'm nervous.
Currently, it's just the 4 of you.
Okay, cool.
Did I say the
Okay.
5 of you?
Did.
My
Yeah, well,
apologies.
say
I think
it
because
now.
I'm looking at Zoom and it's like, I'm one of you. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm not there.
Okay, cool. We're all here. Way to go,
And
guys.
it is lunchtime, mercifully.
What was the point of that? I don't understand. That was just like going back to the countryside. I hated that.
Is that what the countryside is like? Like,
Except for there's a lot more just weird and magic everywhere, and talking to it is different. It doesn't just listen like that. It's like riddles and talking your way out of things and trying to convince. It's so much harder. Here at least, as long as you figure out it can understand you, it will listen.
I'm gonna go hit the showers.
And Lila gets up and leaves, leaving some oily footprints behind.
I mean, like, she shouldn't be mad. I didn't do anything. At least it was the truth. I don't understand.
yeah, what is like? She pissed at us for something? Did we do something?
You didn't do anything. I technically didn't do anything either. All we did was talk.
About? Is it like a personal thing? Should I be asking about this?
You won't believe me. You never believe anything I say.
I believe you sometimes.
Still don't believe I'm not a murderer. And my whole stance is anti-murder. The whole reason I'm at the school is to stop murder.
Mildly suspicious.
Look at, I put a label, not a murderer.
You know labels, like, that's not how labels work.
Yes, you just put it on it and it means it's a thing.
It can, if
Yeah.
a thing is
not a
properly
murderer,
labeled.
Not a murderer, so it's the thing. And now you're my friend because I put it on there. So you have to stop calling me a murderer because I'm not one, and I put it on here, and you're my friend because I put it on you.
I'm not gonna argue about this one. Thanks for the label. I not really one for tattoos though, so I'm just gonna.
No, but that means we're not friends
No,
anymore.
it's okay. We're still
Putting it
friends. I
on,
promise.
Like immediately.
Oh,
No.
okay, cool. I'll just take it off later. Lunchtime though. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
And off goes.
Goes through a door.
Desmond disappears. Bzz. Leaving
You
just
good?
Verity and Juniper.
Verity, are you good? Are you okay? Are you? What did you do to that kid? Why was he in love with you?
Honestly, I don't think Verity actually knows. So it's just like I don't know. I just wanted to be friends with him until I needed his help. So then we're friends now.
Did you put like a label on him?
Oh. Did you say label, Nevi?
Yeah, like a label. Did you label him or something?
What? It's not nice to just label people. What are you talking about?
Oh, oops.
Oh
goodness.
no! Oh, there are two different labels.
The metaphors are just killing us today.
This is such a clusterfuck. I'm just like, What? What?
Abstract concepts. Oh boy.
With that, let's move swiftly on. One thing I want to do actually is flesh out this little college of yours, because despite being 8 episodes in, we've spent very little time here actually, and I'd love to sort of grow it a little bit beyond its sort of gross corridors, insufficient library, and death rooms that it possesses, and garbage monsters. Don't forget garbage monsters. So I want to just kind of go around, ask some open-ended questions, and see what you all have to say. So let's start with Juniper. My question to you is a bit broad and open. How are classes going for you? How is Juniper doing in this environment? What's sort of an average day like for her? And we got a lot to get through, so let's try and keep this somewhat brief.
I'm trying, but that's such a loaded question.
It sure is.
Brief, but how's your entire life at this school?
What's a snapshot of Juniper's existence at this school?
So, you know what? She's so bad at this. She's so bad at this school thing. She's like constantly barely passing anything and just barely keeping the grade point average enough where they can't kick her out. And the only reason that's working out is because photomancy classes are easy because she just makes sure she goes like second or third and copies someone else. And that's literally the only reason that she's still even able to be in this school.
But you of course have classes outside of the core of photomancy where it's just, is it maybe like for the more like sort of text-based classes of just like history and things like that? How are those a bit of a struggle for her?
Not going well, Thomas.
Fantastic, love it, love to hear it. Lila, what about you? You've been through a lot of changes very rapidly at this college, so how are things going with Lila here?
So, it was a rocky start. But then she kind of got into the tutoring sessions with Desmond, and I think that he is probably a good teacher at, like, you know, breaking down things that a lot of people find intuitive. So I think that things started to go better, but I think within the past week, things have been rough.
Fair to say.
For various reasons.
Yes. Understandable.
And so I think that there have maybe just been some classes where, you know, she shows up, but she's not really paying attention, or she's not taking the notes, or she's just not able to focus. And then there's some that she just doesn't show up to at all at this point, just because she feels so run down and tired.
Yeah. Verity, what about you? How is college life in a world where you're no longer homeschooled as you are used to?
I think they are slowly finding it a lot easier to make friends. Especially even during exam time, of just like cheer up friend, like just a sense of camaraderie of like, I have something to relate to. Exams are stressful. I'm stressed. You're stressed. We have something in common.
Yeah, I think it's a big thing of like the empathy that you get sort of an almost cheat sheet to with your bonds of just like, oh, I can see you're struggling. Oh, I can see you're receptive to friendship right now. That kind of a thing.
Yeah. So I don't want to say like Verity just becomes like the super cool popular kid overnight. They're still weird as hell. But like
I think the cult thing pushes a lot of people back, but otherwise there's a great potential there.
But I think most people's attitude is they're definitely in a cult, but they're not a bad person.
There are just some people at the school who are at cults, you know.
Yeah, it's like, you know, aside from their weird obsession with, you know, a cult, I'd get a drink with them. I'd hang out. We'd play a video game. Sure, why not?
Wonderful. And Desmond, last but not least, how do you think school's going for you?
I think school is going well. All in all, yeah, like he has a very organized schedule usually. He sets out a certain amount of time for each thing, like school, homework, work, extracurriculars like Mystery Club and Martial Arts Club. And Mystery Club time usually gets devoted to some crazy shenanigan that they get into somehow.
Of course.
And then there's like still a very large section of his day if he's not stuck in a mystery club situation, which I'm sure doesn't happen like every day, where it's like I have all of this free time and not much to do with it. Also, he's noticed that Lila's been distant for some reason, and he's not sure why, and he's not sure how to broach that, and then he's kind of like, is this like a money thing because she's getting sued? Like, what's going on here? But he's not sure how to like do that. He's not a super great social person.
And
So-
Desmond is certainly somebody who knows that there are some secrets better kept when it comes to people. So I can imagine there's definitely a part of you that's like, I wouldn't push it.
I'm not gonna push it. If she wants to come to me, she absolutely can. I hope she thinks that, but who knows?
Sounds good. Okay, we're going to play a very brief game for a moment here, a little meta game, if you will. We're going to go around. Each of you is going to name one class that takes place at this college. It can be anything you want. I might veto if it's truly absurd, but for the most part, feel free to go whatever you want. It can be extremely complex and specific, or it can be very broad, just like history. And then we're going to go around, and everybody's going to say like a brief sentence of just how they are doing in that particular class, or something of interest pertaining to them in that class. So Juniper, what is one class at this college that you and your friends are currently taking?
Oh, magical creatures.
Magical creatures, beautiful. Yes, interacting with there's infinite number of magical creatures in this world and in the dimensions beyond as well. So it takes a lot of getting used to of kind of diving into, here are the most common horrible things you'll find. Here are some of the ones that cross between dimensions most frequently. Here are some nice ones you can have as familiars, that kind of thing. So Juniper, how is magical creature class for you?
I imagined that since this is like a really shitty college, we only get like really crappy magical creatures like
Yes.
rats and cockroaches.
It's
Just
like, all right, brought in a magical creature today. It's like, that's a rat. That's a rat. No, it's got talons. It's definitely I got him on loan. All right, had to bring him back at the end of the day.
Juniper was like expecting something cuter or fluffier or more impressive.
Winged
it's just-
unicorns or like mighty
yeah.
manticores. And it's just like,
Something like fun and cool, and it's like, here's this rat and it's foaming green juice out of its mouth.
Oh
And it's
dear.
just like, I don't want that on my clothes.
Love
so
it.
she's kind of avoiding it. As
bit of a
much as she
letdown
can.
for Juniper.
Yeah.
Love it. What about you, Lila? How's magical creatures class going for you?
Really funky looking, and she is one of, has lived a very mundane life up until this point, so she's just like, why?
Every day is
Why
a new
is this
horror.
a thing?
And I think it's probably extra frustrating for Lila of just like, why did somebody combine these two animals? That seems like inhumane.
Yeah.
And every time you go back into history, it's like a wizard did it one day. It's like, come on!
You need a better hobby, bud. You need a better hobby.
We were so busy thinking that we could that we didn't wonder if we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's that for every magical creature you study. Verity, what
Single
about you?
one.
How does magical creatures study go for you?
I don't think they take too much interest, except after they got, oh, what was that little thing's name?
The garbage creature? I think it was Gerald? Let me double check.
Gerald? Was it Gerald? Okay.
It was
after they
Gerald,
got
yes.
Gerald. Yeah, after they got Gerald, they were like, how do you take care of a garbage magical creature? I'm not saying the creature is garbage. I'm saying the creature is made of garbage, but not in a bad way.
I think your instructor kind of like directs you towards like a series of articles you can read about like, oh yeah, you're talking about sort of like a constructed simulacrum sort of a deal composing of all sorts of materials. Yeah, you got those plastic things, you got concrete things, you got refuse monsters. Yeah, just this will clarify any questions you have about that. And
How
typically
many cigarettes does he take a day?
he vapes. And Desmond, not in class. Well, maybe sometimes. Desmond,
No.
see, he opens the window. How does magical creatures class go for you?
Seeing as this is his second year of college at a worse college that probably also had magical creatures at the other college, he's definitely one of those students who looks around at like the rat and this, it's a lizard, but it like winks weird as a magical creature. Like these, like I was definitely looking at unicorns last year,
Yeah.
and this feels subpar. So I'm gonna read my book. Everyone enjoy class.
Real bottom of the barrel stuff you're going over. Love it. All right. So Lila, give us a class.
A very, very basic home economics course.
Love it. Okay, what kind of stuff happens in this home economics? Is it like very general and broad? Is there like a particular thing pertaining to magic it's about, or how do you imagine it?
I think she took it because it was literally the most non-magic class
Something
within the
blessedly
course
normal.
offerings.
Love it.
Because it's literally just like teaching basic like how to balance a checkbook, how to make, like a balanced diet or whatever. But all of the home economics textbooks are like from 1870. So there's a lot of aspic.
Incredible.
So it's it's kind of nice, but it's also just like this is so out of date that the products are not available anymore.
Right.
Like half of these are poisonous.
Any of the like tax laws it talks about like are completely out of date and it's just,
Yes.
like, incredible. And like the instructor's like, well, it's a template you apply to things. Like it's not, it's to build up intuition. That's what this class is about. Beautiful. So this sounds like a very quite specific class. So I'll leave it up to the rest of you if you actually take this or not. Verity, do you take the home economics class at all?
No, probably not.
Sounds good. What about you, Desmond?
Well, he kind of isn't. Like he works at a cafe, so like baking and cooking, something he's kind of into. So I think he'd take it.
Yeah, some
Like-
of the cooking aspect's probably the one part of the class where it's like, okay, this is something that can't be gotten wrong because it's just ingredients, it's just cooking, it's very straightforward.
And then like learning like basic life skills is probably something. Well, I mean, he has basic life skills kind of, but also he comes from a family that things just got done for him sometimes. So yeah, it seems like a good class for him to take.
Very different rules. Yeah, I love
Rich
that.
boy. Yeah.
Hey.
Well, Mafia boy. What about you, Juniper? Did this class pique your interest at all?
Jennifer picked her main thing at random, photomancy, but Natalie picked all the other classes for her, so it could at least be used towards a degree.
Oh, I love that.
Because if not, Juniper would have just picked the weirdest, most random ones that were not in any place at all. I feel like Natalie would be like, "This is important for you to take," and I feel like Juniper's horrible at it. She comes to the complete wrong conclusion for everything, and like it makes sense in her brain how she got to like point B, but everyone else is like, "What? What do you mean?"
We're learning how to sew. How did you get there?
Like, well, yeah, you just throw it on the ground and light it on fire, and then it comes, then it manifests.
It blossoms.
It'll blossom into the object. That's how you do it. You say the words, you add some salt, and you catch it on fire. What? No, why is everything gonna be weird? Because I'm starting a fire. But that's how you sew.
Can you?
Doesn't stop shaking your head. What?
It's fine. It's not fine. You're setting a fire. Please don't.
But that's how you sew.
Love it.
You have like ice magic or something.
Verity, what about you? What class?
I think they are probably just in a general class of like what magic can do for you kind of thing.
Interesting. So like a practical magic or like the application of magic sort of a class?
Yeah, and then like maybe also like a basic, I just remember my college if like they had a basic resume writing class
Oh,
or something
sure.
like that.
Yeah.
So it was just like basic life skills of like how to get a job and things like that. I think you've already cast a pretty wide net of just like how do I get into all the same classes as Desmond, and I don't know if much of it hit.
Nice. Yeah, so it's sort of a practical sort of class. I like that a lot. How does it go for Verity in there? Are they learning a bunch of new things? Are they struggling?
I think they're just like, well, why do I need a job if I just live in my commune with Omnius?
I imagine there's a lot of people with laptops there where it's like, here's how to, write better to persuade, and you're like, I don't have a laptop.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think they're just doodling in class, just like, I don't need to write a resume. Is this a resume?
Yeah, because imagine Verity, In terms of the writing Verity's done, in terms of a word processor, probably not a whole lot, but in terms of like writing banners and posters and flyers, you've probably done that a lot, maybe.
Yeah, so it's a little more graphics and design rather than anything relating to a report at all.
What's sort of the bad edge to this class?
Bad edge?
Like, what's the thing that makes it a gasp class?
Oh.
Is it that it's the one class that's actually helpful, but it keeps getting interrupted by just explosions happening nearby, or
Yeah, I think so.
infestations?
I think the professor also has no classroom control, so they're just interrupted every like 2 seconds. It's like, but what about if the magic's like this? Like, we're
Very
not.
mild-mannered.
Yeah, and they just go on to like huge tangents of like, well, back when I was working in the workforce, this is I had a similar friend, and just too long.
It's more of a statement than a question, but we're also going to turn into a discussion that lasts for the entirety of the class.
Yes, it's just like, oh god.
Love it. Desmond, are you part of this class?
Yeah, he probably is. He's in that class. It was Verity's whole goal. Like, he signed up for it, and then Verity probably ended up there too.
Nice. Love it. What about you, Juniper? Do you take any interest in practical magic or
I think
skills?
that was decided against because life skills are useful, and Juniper could use normal life skills. If she goes to a magic one, she's gonna be like, I don't know, that's wrong. Your magic says other, like, it won't be helpful because the way magic works to her is so completely different than how the rest of the world perceives magic, that this kind of class would just end up not helping at all, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense, because especially if it's like, here's how to write a resume. For you, it's not that. For you, it's figuring out what a resume is, why you need one, why you need to do all these other things. And it kind of just like becomes a convoluted spiral for Juniper, I can imagine.
Right, and it's like, what do you mean, like a high school? I don't know. That's not exactly how school works where I'm from. I can't write down what I learned from a plant tree.
They're like, it's so you can sell yourself. It's like, excuse me?
Like, I go, huh?
Great. What about you, Lila? You in this class?
It sounds like one of the most practically applicable classes in the entire school, so probably, yeah.
It's probably a degree of career service lapover?
Overlap?
Thank you. Goodness,
Yeah.
my brain just didn't work right then. Yeah, career service overlap as well, which might be helpful
Yeah,
for Lila
this
to
is
figure out.
probably one of the classes where like you meet with your advisor and you're just like, you gotta take this one at least within your first 2 years,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Love it. Excellent. Okay, so last but not least, Desmond, name a class and tell us how it's going for you.
I feel like part of his, like, the whole agreement of him coming here with his family involves some sort of like pre-law class being just stuffed in there so that he knows laws and can find loopholes in them eventually.
Nice.
One day.
That's really cool. Like, yeah, law and management sort of class. That sounds really cool. Love it. What's the gasp edge that this one has?
It's just a bad class. Like, the teacher just doesn't show up half the time.
Okay, got it.
It is a bit boring if they are there. The books are outdated. It's just all around. Like, all of the biggest problems with a class, just there. There's probably like way too many students because too many people were like, yeah, let's do this. So there's like, it's a very large class, which means less people get less time to do things, and
love it. The instructor comes in and says, sorry I'm late again, everybody, but my pet dragon Peabody ate my bicycle again, and I had to deal with that whole thing. Anyway, where were we? Copyright law? Okay, here we go. It's like, actually, we did copyright law several times now. It's like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna do it again. Always good for a refresher.
Ooh, copyright.
Juniper, are you in this class?
No.
Easy. Lila?
No, but I think at this point she wishes she was.
Legal troubles. And Verity?
Sure. You know what? Why not? They don't understand a single thing that's going on here, though. They are definitely failing this class.
Oh, that's rough.
Like, what the hell's a copyright? I don't know.
Imagine you get the test one day,
Did it like
and
6 times.
it's like there's one copyright question and so many others. It's like, we covered none of this, though.
Yeah, so Verity's just guessing of just like, I guess people with jobs care about possessions, and this is a law.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Excellent. And of course, during our time here at the Golden Acres Spellcrafting Polytechnic, there's also time to be had at clubs as well. We talked about Botany Club, we got Martial Arts Club. I think one of you signed up for a writing club of some kind. I don't entirely remember.
I signed up for art club.
Yes,
I
Art
believe.
Club. How's
Yeah.
Art Club going, Lila? Are you doing your comics there? Are you kind of expressing yourself for things outside of the work you do?
Things have been a little wild. I don't know if she's been going regularly.
Sure.
But I think it has kind of become like one of the only normal aspects of her life at this point. But I also feel like there is some kind of weird conflicting feelings about it because I think that there are, when she was going to art school, just dedicated to art school, there were a lot more people who were just doing art because that's what they liked, not because they had a specific power in it. But I think that, like when you're at a magic school, you're probably going to have a lot more people who like their magic is specifically centered around art. So it's just like, oh, you just draw, it's just like, oh, come on. So.
I think Juniper, you signed up for theater club as well.
Yeah.
How's that
I wanna
going?
see- You know what? I think Juniper's intent was I'm looking for the people who stand out the most. These are people who like being on stage, so they'll probably stand out a lot. So I think that's her goal. I think she forgot to show up for the first 3 weeks. And then just kind of like randomly came in like the middle of like as people are doing like a monologue. And is very confused. It's just kind of like, oh man, it sucks about your brother, I guess. I'm like, no, that's acting. It's not real Juniper.
Yeah, is acting a foreign concept to Juniper from where she's from?
Yeah, it takes a minute.
Very
It takes a minute. And it's like, oh, wait. So I was right all along. Words are fake, and you can just say whatever.
It's you reinforcing the correct lessons with Juniper every step of the way.
You mean
I
lying
learned
can be
so
a job?
much. What was that, Graham? Sorry.
She's like, you mean lying can be a whole job?
Oh, no!
You didn't get
sorry.
money for this?
I'm here for free. It has been awful.
And of course, on top of everything, there's been Mystery Club shenanigans happening as well. Sabrina hasn't been able to show up a whole lot because she's getting quite buried with work. She is in one of her final years at the school, so just like making sure she can tackle everything, leaving a lot of stuff in your hands. And most of the mysteries that come your way are very mundane. Somebody comes in and says, "Excuse me, I lost my card to get in. Can you solve that mystery?" And it's like, well, we're not detective. Well, we can't. Well, listen. So a lot of not necessarily exciting stuff that might still take you to some unusual corners of the institute. However, there is a moment during this week when you return to Mystery Club Room, or if you choose to return to Mystery Club Room, you see that there is something there you've never seen before, which is that on the wall, not even on the sort of chalkboard in this place, but scrawled onto the wall, there are the sort of faint sort of teal markings that make up 3 different pictures. And you've never seen them before. You're not entirely sure who put them there or how they got there, but it's an unusual sight to be sure.
What are the pictures of?
The things that you can see are one is I'm on the wrong tab. One is a clock tower. One is the symbol of Omnius and the commune he is a part of. The great powerful Omnius is a part of, and also a little bit extra that kind of like demonstrates a building, almost like the commune itself, with the symbol of Omnius being like at its lowest point, effectively. And there's also a picture of hands that appear to be grasping or reaching for something with some sort of energy going around them as well. And the closer you look, the more you can see that the hands are composed of little sort of strips almost with unreadable words on them as well. So you see these 3 unique pictograms that are just suddenly here in Mystery Club. And Desmond, I should say real quick that the clock tower you see, you recognize it.
Ah, Why do I recognize it? What is it?
This is a prestigious, proud clock tower that stands in the center of Altus University,
Ooh.
your former
Ah.
college.
Gross.
On our
Yeah.
wall.
Did Sabrina put these here?
Can I ask the room?
Yes, you can certainly try and contact the room, whatever it is, to find answers here. Absolutely. Give me an investigate roll, and anything you think it'll help you communicate with this disembodied creature can apply.
Entity connection, or is that just like
No, that seems legit.
okay? Realm of the unknown. I don't think that works here. Let's see. It's not technically dead, so I can't use Speaker for the Dead. So yeah, okay. So investigate.
Let's see what you get.
Mild success, power 3.
Okay. Sorry, one sec. I popped out my chat. Did not mean to do that. And now it's gone forever. Let me refresh real quick. Sorry, everybody. The room really thinks for a long, hard time. Doesn't. A mild success. So you get clues to your power. You get 3 clues. And I can also choose an extra thing to add on to the end of that once you're done. So, what are your 3 questions?
Okay, so I would like to know if the room saw or knows who put these here. If it recognizes anything in the symbolism, and if it knows what the script on the hands says.
The impression you get from the room is that it is completely unaware of any kind of text in this place. It seems to take kind of a bit of a front that anybody would graffiti it, and it doesn't seem to be cognizant or able to perceive anything that you are seeing.
Okay, okay.
But when
So
you...
complete
sorry.
dead end.
When you follow up about the symbolism as well, it seems a little bit... it knows of the clock tower, almost with a hint of jealousy. Almost like, oh, don't get me started on the clock tower sort of a thing.
Is it also a sentient being?
And the room's like, everybody always sings the praises about the clock tower. It's so fancy. There are other fancy living rooms, you know.
Okay. Do you know if it has anything to do with Omnius or the Commune of Healing?
It doesn't respond, which typically means
Okay.
like it knows nothing about such things.
Okay. I think that's probably all that we're gonna get out of it.
You asked about the hand text as well,
Oh yes.
but since it can't perceive it, it also can't really see that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then,
So it has no idea who put this here.
It's as though nobody put this here.
Oh, so it just appeared.
Magic? If I look at it, does it glow like magic glows?
Yes,
let's-
absolutely. I mean, it is glowing. It is glowing. Scroll before you. And actually,
Okay, so it's not just like normal paint, so it's very magic-y.
it's very magic-y. Yes. Actually, Juniper, when you maybe not Juniper actually.
I was gonna say, can we all just use our eyes really quick? We all have like some weird magic eye thing going on.
That's true. Yes, in terms of deals and bonds and spirits and magical magic. Let's see.
Can we do like a group investigate check?
That won't be required. I think with the overwhelming power of your sort of spectral senses that you all possess, I can give you a little more to go on here, which is that I think the bonds that you see, Verity, you can see that there is an ever so faint, almost dental floss-sized bond going from this text, kind of almost spiderwebbing a little bit towards the 4 of you. Desmond, you can identify there is some sort of cosmic deal involved with whatever you're seeing here, whether that's to do with what it pertains to or how it got here, you're not certain. Lila, you see nothing of the dead here. It all seems above board in that regard. And Juniper, it's magic. Yeah, it's magic. It's magic text. But Verity, you can see that if you follow the bonds, they the sort of very weak lines go to each of your shovels.
Oh, are they telling us to go search for things? Is this a clue?
Maybe.
You get the impression this could potentially be the leads
Broker.
they promised,
Yeah.
yes, to get you on the right track for the particular hidden threads they're looking for.
A cosmic level deal seems pretty on par for broker things. So
But of course, this is your mystery club, and you all have your own mysteries as well. So please pursue whatever you think is most appropriate. But that is what you
So-
see.
So we need to take the commune and have them all hold hands in the clock tower? Is that what it's asking?
I don't.
Because they got Verity's cult. So we take Verity's cult, we do the hand thing, and we all stand in the clock tower. And then bang, it's done, it's solved.
I don't know. Maybe that's a possibility.
So there's the clock tower,
Mhm.
and that's by itself. And then there's the
Everything
symbol
is
of Omnius.
distinct and on its own, as far as you can tell. The symbol of Omnius sort of on the commune at its lowest level.
At the lowest level. And then there was. So wait, are there only 3 or are there 4?
There are 3.
3. And then there's the hand.
The hands, yeah, that are made up with something and have writing on them.
Okay,
The hands don't have like any symbolism.
Symbolism?
Symbolism.
Symbology?
Something. There's no symbols of Omnius on the hands, are there?
No, you don't see anything like that.
Take a minute and like kind of transcribe the symbols that are on the hands. Like
Mhm.
you said, it's made up of almost like strips of writing.
Yeah, it's
right?
actually with your unique artist perspective, Lila, you almost get the impression of kind of based on the shorthand that's being used in these drawings. You get the impression that it is meant to signify writing of some kind, but not necessarily represent actual words. It is more to say
Okay.
this is something that has writing on it, rather than this is what this thing says.
And so it's a hand that's like reaching up.
Yeah, so it's 2 hands sort of like reaching out, and there's like you can see sort of representations of energy around them, and sort of a vague aura. Like this kind of
So
a thing.
maybe we should just go to the clock tower?
I mean, that seems like a place to start.
Are we? Can we? Are they gonna get mad at us if we go there? Should I ask Jason? I mean, like, I could probably get Jason to take me.
There you go. Yeah. I don't. How are they would? I mean, people could bring guests,
You can
and
just
visitors
walk
could.
around,
People
yeah.
could just walk around, right? Like,
They definitely had a top-notch security detail, but in terms of like 4 magical student age people walking around, they're not going to bat an eye to that unless you start like doing something suspicious.
Is it like okay, so actually both of the universities they have like the bell towers and stuff like that where like at certain times of the day they ring the bells and
Mhm.
it's like a whole thing. So is that kind of the equivalent of what this is? Like
Is class over when the bell tower rings, sort of a thing?
no, like I don't know how to explain this because it's such a weird, I don't know.
is it like a tourist attraction?
Yeah, they're kind of like tourist attractions where like you can go on a tour of it and
I
like
see.
see them ringing the bells and stuff
I
like
see. I
that.
see. It's as far as you know, Desmond, you never witnessed this clock tower doing anything. It never rung. No people you know ever went in there, as far as you know. People could have snuck in there, but you're not sure. I'll leave it up to you if you ever found yourself wandering in that place ever.
If it was like old and historical and
Yeah.
it had like a history behind it, I think he would be into it. Yeah.
Okay, then you would have some extra information, which is that effectively one can go decently high up within the clock tower. There's staircase that spirals up around the interior, and you can see various ropes and pulleys in there as well. But eventually there is a sort of a warded off door that had a particularly crotchety gargoyle denying passage to anybody.
He will share that with everyone and say, I feel like that's where we need to go.
And now I'm
Seems
wondering,
fair.
because the gargoyle would have said something very specific, and that specific thing might influence you right now, but I don't know if you remember exactly what it says. Are you the kind who, if a gargoyle issues you something, do you remember exactly what that is?
If it
Or-
was like a riddle or something, if it was like something fun, puzzly that he can figure out, then yes. If it was just like some offhanded statement that kind of gives like a hint towards something, then he wouldn't have gotten it.
It was somewhat riddly. I'll go ahead and tell you, and you can decide if you would remember this or not. But it said that only Abydus's password will get you entry to this place.
Okay, so this does seem like something he would have followed up on.
Sounds good.
Like he would have looked into like what's Abydus and what's the password. Like, okay. No, because that's super interesting. If he had heard that before, he would have like looked into it
Yeah,
closer.
perfectly legit. Sounds good. Let's see. I don't think. No, we'll say it was. I think a quick search would have revealed that Abydus is the first name of the dean of the Golden Acres Spellcrafting Polytechnic.
Ah,
Oh,
gentleman I talked to like when we first started, and like I got kicked out.
No,
Yeah.
not the dean of Altus University. The dean of
that's so weird.
Oh.
Of gas.
of
Oh.
this place. Yes.
What?
Gas.
Why are creepy?
Why is
murder
there
dean?
that?
No, he was weird too. He was like super suspicious. He was like, "You're gonna die,"
Yeah,
but
the
it's
three
fine.
of you's gonna die. Don't worry about it. Hope
One
it's
of
not you. He was weird. He was super creepy. I've been wanting to like interview him and find out if he kills people every 5 years, because I don't know, he might. But like apparently you can't just meet with like a headmaster or whatever,
Why not?
because the office lady hates me.
Oh. Let's
When
go.
I asked, she just gave me the stink eye, like, leave! So I did.
Oh.
Look, I have a diverse of personality. You either like me or you hate me. There's no really in between.
Maybe we can go check it out, I guess. See if we can get a meeting. Verity, you seem like you'd be really good at getting that
Yeah, you do seem
secretary to like you.
I mean, you got that one kid, Diamond or something, to fall in love with you.
His name was Darius.
I don't remember.
Verity,
Very?
have we been muted?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm just thinking.
Okay.
Thinking's hard.
It's fine.
This is creepy. I don't like this. And this is Verity talking. IRL me, I'm just like, I don't want to. Wow. But this is creepy. I don't like this.
It is creepy. If you're
A little creepy. Involves Omnius though. Well, might.
Yeah, but not maybe not in a good way, you know? Because
I
Omnius is
feel
all-
like that's still important for us to find out, right? If there's something bad about Omnius, wouldn't you want to know?
Or if someone's spreading lies about Omnius.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Or if someone's spreading lies about Omnius, wouldn't you want to know that too?
Who would spread lies about Omni? Oh, I know who. J'accuse!
Mystery solved.
Mystery solved. Let's go to the
Cash out into the broker. We did it.
mystery solved. We did it. We're done. We got this.
I don't. Oh my god! Let's not go back to the Cult of Enlightenment. I don't want to go back there.
Glad you called them a cult. Yes.
It's 'cause you're a cult too. You're not better than them.
Isn't that their
mean, and we
name? The
are.
Cult of Enlightenment?
No, they're the House of the Enlightened.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
We don't like the cult words.
I don't. Okay, so did you like put a label on your house and make it commune? Is this why this is happening?
Labels work.
I guess labels do work. It's just not nice to put it on people.
I just wanted to be friends. Okay, well, what do we want to do? What's our course of action? Do we want to try to meet with the headmaster? Do we want to, like, what do we want to do? What's our goal? What are we doing? What are we doing? Ah!
Oh fuck.
So why are you yelling? It's fine. Yes, we can try and meet with the headmaster.
The room shifts a bit.
And
Unless you know the
listen,
password.
I hate to say this, but you might be on your own for that meeting. I gotta figure some stuff out.
But are you still mad that I just told you about the conversation I had with the other you? I don't understand. Should I have lied?
Do you want to talk about whatever that means?
I don't understand what you want. Did you want me to lie to you? You get so mad when I lie. Everyone's so mad when I lie. And then when I tell the truth, you're also mad. So it just seems anything I do makes you mad.
What upset me about your conversation, I mean, there are a lot of things that upset me, but it is, I didn't want you to it's complicated, and I don't exactly know how to tell you guys what I'm feeling, but the crux of the situation is that according to what Violet told Juniper,
They don't know who Violet is.
Violet is the quote-unquote not me person that inhabits my body from time to time. And she's claiming that she is the actual inhabitant of this body, and that all of my experiences have been stolen from her. So I have to figure out if I am dead.
I mean, you're not. I feel like, well, okay, this is your experience, of course, but I think that, foreign entity makes up lies. I really believe that you're who you are.
I mean, Juniper seemed pretty convinced by this person, so.
All I said was it's another perspective and another story, and if we want the real answer, we should listen to both. Look, I don't think you're a bad person, Lila, and whatever happened was definitely on purpose. Not on purpose, I can see you've been miserable by it. And you deserve to live. Violet also deserves to live. I just want, ideally, to find a solution where everyone's happy and no one's trapped sharing a body. I don't know how that makes me the bad guy.
You're not the bad guy. I just have a lot of irrational emotions about this. Let's put it that way.
Wouldn't say they're irrational.
I don't think they're
like,
irrational.
Yeah, that's a lot to take on.
I think it's irrational to be mad at me. I did nothing wrong.
I think it's rational. I mean, no one likes to be told that they're wrong. You were mad at me when I was telling the truth and I didn't like you very much.
That
was rational.
I was upset that you don't like me. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm here in a room of people who don't like me, and why I'm trying so hard with a group of people who don't like me, who don't like anything I do, and anything I say. If I lie, I'm a horrible person. If I don't lie, I'm a horrible person. And Lila's rational, and I'm irrational. You guys figure out your stupid mysteries yourself.
Don't wave. Why'd you know? No.
Clarity.
She said she wanted to leave.
Let's just all take a moment to breathe here. Like, doing really good. Just remember back when we were like getting answers and stuff. Let's just all calm down for a moment and.
Answers, and you're calling me a murderer.
You called like half the school murderers so many times.
No, I asked if they were a murderer. Because
You said you
someone
seem
is.
like you murderer to several people. I've watched this happen.
Well, they did seem like they murdered. And was I wrong? That old lady, she's definitely killed someone, right?
That old lady I'll give to you because she's suspicious. That's fair. But
You just call people. Wait, no, that's not fair.
no, she's
Okay, she's fair game,
legit-
but. Oh my
as
god.
much as she talks about not need. Okay, the same way Juniper acts is about being a murderer. She acts if people are cops, which is suspicious. I'm just saying.
Trying to solve a murder. I'm trying to help my friend. I don't kill people. I get blamed for Darius deciding to run into a bird. That wasn't on me. Why do I get blamed for that?
No one blamed you for it. We
Yes,
just
it
said
is
that you
true, that's
suggested
true.
that he, you suggested it.
And then I was called a bad person. Everything I do is wrong here. It is just so frustrating because I'm trying so hard and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing and I can't anymore. I can't, okay? Lila hates me and is mad at everyone because of me. If I wasn't here, Lila would be happy. So you three can solve mysteries and I'll leave.
Can we take a moment to realize that Lila's going through something far worse than, sometimes people don't like me? It's not about you. Let her have this for a second.
Juniper, the purple things are back. As they all suddenly materialize surrounding you in this room. These purple specters with these giant white eyes. Just there.
God, I don't like these things.
Oh, they're so creepy.
Only Juniper can see them.
Let it
Although,
touch me.
at this point, Verity,
Mhm.
there is a sudden interconnected web, very faint. Like, you know how you see spiderweb with like a few drops of dew on it, but for the most part it kind of looks invisible? That's kind of what you see kind of extending out throughout this room very suddenly. As though things are connecting to Juniper with very tenuous ties. out of
But I
nowhere.
don't see like what they're connected to.
You
It's
do
just
not.
empty. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna greet them properly, like, oh, hello, friends.
I feel self-destructive. I let it touch me.
Okay. Wait, you let it touch you or you reach out and touch one?
I'm gonna just touch one. I don't know. I think Juniper's feeling like really. She makes bad decisions a lot, so I
Okay.
think she would do that.
You reach out and touch one of these creatures, and it is one that is sort of looming over you a little bit. And when you touch it, the very first thing it does is hug you. Slowly and creepily.
Aw.
I
Aw.
don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's gonna eat me. I'm gonna.
And it kind of just stays there unless you try and stop it. And also, the rest of you kind of just see Juniper just recoiling.
Is it
And
growing
Verity's like
bigger?
waving towards it. What's going on?
Does not
you
appear to be growing
okay?
bigger.
How did it grow bigger last time, though? Like, pick it up and like shake it.
And they disappear. And Verity, you see the bonds disappear as well.
Oh, bye, friends.
What? Okay.
Just.
No, let's do Dean talk tomorrow, maybe. Just take a bit, maybe. Everyone just breathe for the day.
Yeah, I would just like to say that it's not that I don't like any of you or that I am angry at you, is that I may have to go
pass.
away.
Okay. I just
So-
pat Lila on the shoulder, just like motions, bonds, they can get complicated and all tangled. You can just, and it takes a while to sometimes detangle them and break them and all that stuff. Let me know if you need help.
What do you mean, like, go away? Like, just let whoever Violet is walk around in your body?
I mean, yeah, but also
I mean,
if I tell anyone about this, they're gonna readmit me. Most likely. So,
Lila, there's like multiple worlds and multiple places that are bizarre and weird. There's a solution out there where you both can be happy. You don't have to self-sacrifice yourself, and you don't have to stop fighting for yourself. You just have to find a solution where it works for everyone. I just think about it, okay? Like, even if you are the bad guy in Violet's story, that doesn't mean you don't deserve a chance to exist too.
And to add a slight note on that as well, with your exposure to the broker, you do know that you now have the avenue by which you can get the answer to any question you want answers to, if you hold up your side of the deal as well.
Also, I don't know if how this influences how you feel about Violet or whatever, but whenever she swaps places with me, I go to some place where I see memories that are not my own. From way, way in the past. So I don't know if they're part of her or part of me, or just...
Does it look like different points in time? Like
It was
multiple
like
lives?
Titan's War. Like there was a cave and there were seven people and all these glyphs.
Where they... It wouldn't happen. Okay. You weren't there for like driving to the caves, and I looked at everyone, checked out their whole like cosmic deal level things before we... Okay. So you have something going on where you have a sisterhood of six others.
Is that on
making
me
you
or is that on Violet?
I don't know. I'm not sure how close it was reading like a soul or the body, but
I mean, try it. Can you do it now?
yeah, sure. So eyes engage.
So go for some specificity here. So Desmond, give me another investigate roll, and add anything that will help you figure out deals, and maybe any magical acuity would also help with this as well. Any juicy weaknesses you got? Because gotta hit you with some weaknesses at some point.
Is this illegal? I
Is
feel like
this
mega
illegal?
illegal never comes up.
Wait, you don't break the law enough, I think.
He tries not
Natural
to.
law? We're breaking natural law.
Well, I think. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. And I'll use my favored 2 tag if I can.
Your favorite
That I
two
got
tag.
from those gods that
Yes,
we
of
walked.
course. That will be spent, but you can use that if you would like.
Okay.
And plus 2.
I have my terms and conditions, eyes for deals, checking out all her things. Doubt that alien environment matters, but she describes an alien environment when this happens, so it might.
It won't in this context.
Okay.
You're basically doing
Come on, you got this.
an MRI, but with your eyes right now. Of
Yeah.
Lila's entire being. Just zzz. All right, let's see what we get.
Yeah, tell me if you need me to rotate or something.
Just hold up your
Just
arms.
stay still.
Full
Don't move.
scan.
Please cough.
And I'm investigating. Here we go.
Yes. Yes. Oh, goodness.
Whoa.
You get 4 answers with a great success, so I have to give you a straight answer or a solid lead. So, what questions would you like to ask? And feel free to for anybody else to suggest questions as well.
Suggestions. Yay.
Does the sisterhood apply to Lila or Violet?
That is basically what I
both.
was gonna ask. Like, is the sisterhood still there on Lila?
The way you interpret it, Desmond, is what's the difference?
Is Lilac and Violet one member of the sisterhood or 2?
1.
Oh, this is so. Oh, boy.
So we have 2 more questions with those were that was okay.
Is there a deal, some type of deal between Lila and Violet? Oh boy.
Yes, but Desmond, it's flowing the wrong way.
What does
What does that mean?
Any kind of well, I
Like, so there's someone who's getting more from a deal usually. Like, even if it's like meant to be equal, who's getting more from
it
it?
is it reminds you of somebody like saying an oath or devoting themselves or signing a contract with somebody, and it is Violet who has done it with Lila.
Who's oathed to, devoted to Lila?
Devoted isn't quite the right word. It's more of there's a connection between them,
Okay.
and it's one that
okay.
has been like recognized by the universe as you're able to witness it.
I think
I'm sorry,
in
Casey.
terms of deals and contracts and ownerships, just like how I'll look at like a landscape or a building
Mhm.
to see like who owns the rights to this. I want to see who owns this body specifically between the two
Oh
of them.
boy.
Now that seems definitely
Oh.
ethically dubious. Of like, hey universe, who deserves this body? Not deserves, but you know what I mean. I'm just like
Who-
like an answer
who
to be
owns the
found in
license and
nature that is a solid
registration?
answer to that is really terrifying to me. But the answer that you get, Desmond, is both of them.
Okay. That answers a lot of questions and might simplify things. Well, complicate, but also simplify some things. He does share all the information as it comes, and his thoughts on the last one is Violet's just wrong in this case. Probably. Like, you can feel like it was stolen, but for some reason, this is both of your body and you share it. So don't go giving it up, please.
I'm sorry, but did you guys ever watch that cartoon when you were little where it was like it had the two-headed dragon?
Try.
Yeah, and they had like a whole song about, like what, how they hated being the same body. I'm sorry, that's probably a really obscure reference. But
I'm
that's
struggling
all
right now because I'm
thinking of
like,
right
is
now.
this in our real world or is this a
That
Yes,
is,
fantasy?
yeah,
this
this
is-
is a real
or is
thing. I
this
was trying to come up
I-
with like a
IRL
fake
thing?
name.
I know.
You mean Dragon Tooth?
I think
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I was in a different universe.
I don't know this reference. I'm
Oh,
thinking.
I'll post something
Yeah.
in chat later to show it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
I
get 'em now.
I
So
remember.
if you get this reference.
I don't get this reference. I'm really confused.
I
What?
watched that one.
An image search just gave me a bunch of art for dragon teeth. It's like, no.
No,
Let's
no.
Dragon Tales.
Dragon tails.
I was just trying not to say the name.
Oh, sorry. Whoops. It's okay. We can say it.
No, it's fine.
Oh, look at that.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
it had like Wheezy, I guess, was the two-headed one, and Emmy.
No, you're thinking of.
Wait, you're not thinking of Dragon
Anyway,
Tales?
let's-
What are you
let's-
thinking of?
But you have to get into the
Let's drift
specificity
away
of
from other
Dragon-
people's IP for a bit.
Sorry guys. Sorry PPS.
Sorry, baby. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh.
Wait,
But yes,
I'm
I
so
get your
confused now.
I get what you're saying. Go on.
So, am I supposed to be having a timeshare with this? Like, what?
I think if you can talk to her, maybe just that's like your whole thing, right? Like reaching out to spirits and like possession.
I mean, she always just punches through. It's never like, oh, hey, you want to chat? It's always, no, this is.
Well, how did you get back? Like there has to be like some sort of like space there, right?
Like a. Yeah, it's like thinning kind of thing.
Can you do anything with that?
I'll give it a shot. And
Like don't punch, just knock a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I try to knock.
Okay.
Or we can skip over this for another time if we do not have time.
I am ready for this. Go ahead.
Oh,
and...
no.
I'm ready for many things. Go ahead and roll Take the Risk. And you're going to get an unknown -3 penalty to this.
I'm gonna add +1 for
From
my
help.
help to Lila.
Sounds good. Go ahead and spend that. And Lila, anything you think that can help you get in contact with spirits, go ahead and roll.
Okay,
and I will check
so
for
that's
weaknesses.
gonna be pretty much everything on my ghostly communication card.
Hell yeah.
Can I also use mental shield to kind of just make sure that I'm not,
Yes, absolutely.
we're respecting boundaries here.
I'm gonna give you both. I see. I'm gonna give you both entity possession and conflicting signals right now because there's a lot going on in your psyche right now.
Okay.
What else? Mystic stigma, no. Out of gas, no. We good. Amateur hour does not apply here. I think that's all the weaknesses. Oh no, we lost
Okay.
Gray.
Can I do speaker for the dead at all?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
yeah, you can.
Okay, so that should nothing in the powers showing up. So why is that? Okay, that should be.
And then remember, add an additional -3 on this if you haven't already.
Yep. Okay, so this is what was this? Investigate.
This
or
is take the risk.
take the risk. Okay.
Added the +1 from me, right? Or minus.
Oh, I forgot to add that in.
It wouldn't matter,
So
unfortunately.
it's a 5.
Okay, that's a miss.
Goodbye.
Yes, Lila, as one might expect in the attempt to do this, there's a moment of a vegetative state that suddenly overcomes Lila, and you see that she just collapses onto the ground
Oh,
in
jeez.
a heap. And Lila, right now, you are in a very weird space. You feel like you're drowning, and you realize you might be sort of in that sort of permeable area that you were in before. Completely thrown about in a storm, practically. You're sort of losing control a little bit. You don't know which way is up. You don't know if you're not really sure what's happening right now. It's a big maelstrom happening in your head right now, and the rest of you just see Lila's collapsed.
We should like get her a pillow or something that looked like it hurt her head. Ah!
They will. I don't know.
We should
Boss
definitely call the
pillow.
doctor. Not
Yeah.
what, guys?
No, we can't call a doctor. You heard her. They said they would admit her for this, and there's obviously some stuff going on, and we don't know who's who and what's what. Chill on calling people. Just give her a second.
I
Hmm.
mean,
Or if you
but we
wanna
don't know
get
how
healed-
long she's gonna be gone. So
If it's longer than an hour, then we'll do something.
Give her 5 minutes. That's like standard. I'm pretty sure.
You look
Hey.
up as well, and you see that there is a medical kit fastened on the wall that none of you've ever seen in this room before.
That's
that's a little too convenient. I will ignore it.
Nope. That's a trap.
That is a trap right
It's a
there.
mimic. I just know it.
It's a mimic.
Oh, love it. Sorry, June, you were saying something. Juniper, you saying something?
Wait for a second. If not, then yeah, we can get the doctors, or you can call that kid who's in love with you, and we'll figure something else out. But let's
Ryan
just.
was dead.
He didn't die.
I can safely say at this point that all those students you saw in that place are alive and well. It was a very
Okay.
rigorous trial, but it was not a lethal one, or at least not immediately lethal.
Let's just give her a second. Let's just give it a second. Let's see what happens. Let's chill. Okay.
So Lila, in the state that you're in right now, you have two choices. You can either seize control and, or to the best of your ability, seize control and get back to the world, or you can have part of yourself locked away for an indeterminable amount of time.
Excuse me. We're gonna fight. We're gonna try it.
Okay. Now I think, let's see. I think you've currently finally some answered, maybe? No. Hold on, no. I did it wrong. Never mind. Ignore me. I'm trying to see, is there... Nope, I was wrong. Okay, so you're going to try and wrestle back control, is that what it was?
Yeah, give me a second.
All of you just watching Lila like, how long is it okay to leave someone
Oh,
on
we're saying 5
She has,
minutes,
like-
right? 5 minutes?
She has 2 more minutes.
I mean, that might be too little. If you're like negotiating with some otherworldly entity, you probably need more than 5 minutes. You know, like we should let them have a talk.
Look, if I was talking with the ghostly entity, I'd be like, hey friend, can you not do this? Okay, no? Okay, bye. That took only like 10 seconds.
What's
That's
her
more
What's her vitals like?
What are vitals?
Very rapid heart rate. Otherwise, everything is how it should be.
Probably a
Breathing
lot of
more.
eye movement.
Oh yeah, rapid eye movement, but her eyes are closed, so you just kind of like see them underneath the eyelids.
You can do a neuro check without the eyes being open. It's just, that's concerning with rapid eye. Okay, she has like 1 minute.
I think you're not giving her enough time.
Yeah, I don't want her body to die while her psyche's stuck talking to something. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay, but like psyches talk. That just happens. Sometimes it happens for a while. As long as it's breathing, the body's fine.
Can we just pause for
I'm
a
sure
second?
it can talk while we move.
I just love this scene of like your friend on the floor, and you're all just like, well.
Fairy's just like,
Did I
don't
not-
trust that med kit.
It's shining at this point.
And Desmond's just like, we need to go.
I love this world. Love this world. Right. So, Lila,
Rolling.
what is the plan, Lila?
So I want to fight my way through this,
Yes.
and my question is that a stop holding back thing?
Oh, the legendary stop holding back. So for
Oh,
those of you who don't
no.
know, in City of Mist, there is a move called stop holding back with appropriate periods where they need to be. This
is
effectively
terrifying.
lets you roll something, and if you fail, something truly bad can happen. Potentially lethal, depending on what you're trying to do. There are 3 levels. So to read this out, tell me what you hope to achieve. I will tell you the sacrifice it will take from you. You roll and you add your logos to it. And if you hit and miss, blah, 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 blah. If you miss, you pay the price. And you also lose control, and the consequences can be dire. But you get one choice here, which is what kind of effect you would like to take. And you can take a significant one, a no-return one, or an ultimate one.
So is that what we're doing?
It feels like we're going there. If you want to go there, I'm down for it.
God. So my other choice, just to be clear, is that I come back, but I'm not all there, essentially.
Tell me what you're trying to achieve, and I'll tell you the sacrifice it will take from you if it goes wrong.
So I want to try to fight my way back to consciousness,
Mhm.
essentially.
You just want to be back things normally as they are, basically.
Yes.
You don't want to be thrown around in this ocean of.
Yeah.
Okay. So this sounds significant. It does not sound like a no return or an ultimate sacrifice.
Mhm.
The sacrifice you will make is that you will effectively lose an amount of time which you cannot come back from, which you will not be cognizant of, even in that little crystal realm of yours, for an amount of time that you do not know.
So like I'll be stuck in the purple realm and not remember it, kind of a thing.
Yes, it'll basically, if this goes terribly wrong, you'll basically blink and return, and a significant amount of time will have passed.
Okay. All right. Let's do this.
Going for it?
What are my pluses and minuses here?
There's only one. It's whatever your logos you have. So how many do you have compared to?
Which one's the low?
It's the beige ones.
The beige ones. Okay, I have 3.
Okay, so just roll +3. And that's it. Oh, also you can take off the glump and the oiled up parts so they are no longer applicable.
Okay, hold on.
Oh boy.
How are you guys doing, folks? Yeah, good. Okay.
How are you doing, Cindy?
How's it going over there?
Hanging out, being chill, real sus of that bed kid that just showed up. Nope, it's a mimic. It's a trap. It's gonna eat you.
Okay. Do I check any tags or
Nope.
anything, or just
Nothing,
nothing?
just the dice plus
Okay,
3.
so I gotta uncheck all these. My last roll, which was like everything. Okay. Just what is checked?
You can just
I
press
can
the reset
uncheck the
button.
weakness tag, correct?
Yes, no weakness applies to this.
Okay, so I'm gonna uncheck that last one. Why is it still saying power 3?
Did you set it to 3?
If you press the reset button right next to it, it should bring it back to 0.
Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, so we have plus 3.
All right, Lila is not holding back. Let's see how that goes.
Okay. I'm so afraid.
Yeah, it's a scary thing. It's terrifying. I wouldn't like to be in your position. That is a great success with a roll of 10. So
Okay.
you achieve exactly what you achieve. How it doesn't end there. Since this is a significant thing, you can mark fade or crack on one theme of your choice. So throughout this process, what part of yourself do you think got reduced or lessened or sacrificed in the process? And
And it
honestly, it could
has
be
to
anything
be-
you can justify.
Does it have to be on Logos or on the
On anything. Fade or
on
crack.
anything?
And to explain for those who don't know how City of Mist works, basically fade and crack determines how a character's theme, which is like their building block, how much they're breaking before they shatter and get replaced with something else. And again, it's not always shattering in that they're gone forever and that it's completely different. It can be just represent a change in relationship or a change in outlook and stuff like that. But still, it represents change nonetheless. So, what is getting reduced through this sacrifice?
I have a weird question.
Yeah, what's
Can I put a crack on the crew theme?
No.
Okay. Then it's going. I hate to do this, but it's going on her relationship with her mother.
Okay. This seems appropriate, because I imagine the stuff that's drawing you back... I mean, tell me, what is drawing you back right now? What power of will are you exerting that lets you come back right now?
Just, I guess right now it's a very thin desire to just not to give up. Like it's been so much at this point.
It has to be worth something.
Yeah, so I think that part of it is kind of her coming, like realizing that if she comes back, something is going to fundamentally change within her family, like once all of this comes to light. So I think part of her being able to pull herself back from this is her coming to peace with that a little bit, so that she's not so terrified by the prospect of it. So it allows her to have some more steady calm that kind of lets her think through what she's doing.
That makes perfect sense, and also it's very sad. So yes, it gets down to the last 10 seconds. And get ready to do whatever each of you has planned to do for Lila until suddenly her body ascends and starts levitating above all of you. You see like her eyes burn bright with spectral light, and there is just these waves, one after the other, of this sort of concussive force that you kind of all get pushed back against the wall with, and just keeps going and going and going and going. And you can see the light inside of her get stronger and stronger and stronger. Some of the desks in the room start to get pushed against the wall as well, and you hear for a second, thanks to her medium powers, you can suddenly just hear whispers and voices and screams of every dead entity within a small radius as well. Just a sudden chorus appearing out of nowhere. And as she sort of reconnects her sort of soul, her mind, her spirit, whatever it is, back with her body once again, suddenly there is a snap and a final sort of expulsion of force, and Lila, you land down on your feet with much grace, and you feel very calm and strong after that. You feel great, actually. Not emotionally speaking, but otherwise.
So, it didn't work.
Oh.
Don't say.
I kind of look around the room, just
What
Yeah.
did happen? Because that was wild.
That was We're so weird.
So it's like you're trapped in a sea and just kind of drowning. And so I just kind of, I don't know, I pushed through, I pushed back.
Since you rolled such a great success, Lila, I will say that you get some pretty good insight into how you function, the sort of more mechanics of how this all works, and you discover that sort of trying to force this typically sort of results in a loss of control very easily. There might be ways that other mediums have employed in the past to sort of like make that transition a bit easier. So maybe some research can help you out there. But also you think that for you and this thing to occupy the same space where communication is possible, your current skills cannot achieve that. That does not mean it is impossible. It simply means that you need to hit the books potentially, or find another medium who can help you, or something along those lines. But you do think it is possible, but the way you did it was very sort of brute forcey, and it resulted in strain ultimately.
So it's not gonna work. I don't know if it's because both of us just, up to this point, just barely tolerating each other, you know? But I need to find someone who can help me. Not entirely sure if I'm gonna find that person here.
Everyone at all just can't suck, right? Like there has to be like one. There has to be like
Probability says
By the
there
law of
should
large
be
numbers,
one.
there is certainly someone there who doesn't suck. It might have been
I
you,
didn't meet-
but there could be more. There is hope.
I didn't meet anyone who didn't suck. But then again, like after like the first like
I mean, you
couple,
were you were part of a fraternity as well, which doesn't exactly attract the most
Yeah.
empathetic people in the world.
yeah, after the first like 50 or so jerks, I just stopped trying.
Yeah. But no, Altus is a vast university, so there's all sorts who go there. Who knows what you could find?
Well, is there like a medium club there? Like
A spiritualist society.
You're certain there is. There's like there's a sailing club. There's all sorts of fancy stuff. You're sure you can find something pertaining to a field of magic easily.
Have a mystery solving club? Are they better than us?
yeah,
Did you say yeah?
yeah, they're in the newspaper like every week.
They're the real protagonists.
I wanted to join, but I couldn't get in. Actually,
Wait, really?
You shouldn't
my
say yeah
gosh.
like so quickly.
Ouch, okay. Well,
no, I mean we're great and all, but look at us, we're a mess sometimes.
we did
like-
like 2 of us almost quit today in like the span of a minute, so that's fair.
They have
Maybe
like
we should-
coordinated formations and things.
They have coordinated formations.
Purpose does that
Great, I
even
love this rule
serve?
you're adding.
Meet them? Can we get it? What if we just like follow them around and figure out what they're doing right to help us do better?
They're called the Enigma Society.
Oh,
That's freaking
God.
cool.
Right?
So cool.
It is.
Damn, they're cooler than us. They're way cooler than us.
Thomas, did you just pull that out of your brain?
Yes.
I hate it. It's so good. I hate it.
How many members are there? Are there like direct amount of same as us?
They'll
Or
have to be.
No one's allowed to know.
You've,
no one's allowed to know?
No, they're an enigma.
That's so cool!
Oh my God.
oh no, that's so cool.
Gonna have to. Oh boy.
Bless you, Gray.
God, I hate that school.
Change our name, like Mystery Solving Club's kind of lame compared to Enigma. Do they have like uniforms? Do they wear like cloaks or masks and things?
They have blazers with a little patch on it that's like a magnifying glass or something.
Oh my goodness. Yes, they have all these things.
Yeah.
Damn! Do they have like tools? Do they have like a car that
They have a
They
magical
utility belts,
dog sidekick,
cars,
sidekick as
They have
well.
magic dogs. They have
Excuse
different.
me, we have Jerry. We have Jerry.
Jerry's lovely and all, but they probably have some like cool high-tech car with like special like different functions and forms.
It's more of a Winnebago, really. That's like outfitted with spy tech.
Spy tech! They have spy tech!
It's fine.
We don't even have a computer! We had to go to the library and borrow theirs, and people are always using them! There's a
Those
lot
are real shitty computers, let's be honest.
bad. They're really bad, and they have their own spy tech!
Anyway, we can talk about the Enigma Society for days, but that is not who we are. We are
so good.
we are the proud and humble mystery club.
Wait, proud and humble, Thomas?
I think parts of that is true.
Proud and humble? Is that how that
Well,
works?
varying
We're
degrees.
proud of our humble origins. I don't know.
I'm not proud. Let's join them. They sound cooler.
No, we're great. Let's. Do we want to take
Enigma.
that day to just like relax and then do Dean things tomorrow? Maybe head to Altus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're working as a team. I feel like we're not.
No, you were okay.
That was the weakest.
I tried.
We're
Sorry.
not working. Yeah, we don't work.
No, we have issues. We can work through them though.
Can we?
Huh?
Is there any reason why we can't? I mean, like we all just cannot stand each other. We're friends, yeah.
Verity, you do see there is a perfect circle being formed between the four of you in this room right now.
I mean, yeah, we are friends. Of course we're friends.
And friends fight all the time, you know?
Well, not in the
Oh.
commune, but you know, different set of friends.
Yeah, I don't fight with Natalie ever. Natalie's my only friend I've ever had.
You didn't have friends in the country?
No, it's not like here. You don't meet other people and hang out and chill at a coffee shop. You are running for your life like 24/7, and I had my grandpa and an 8-year-old brother with me. We weren't exactly the type of people you reach out to as friends. There was burdens. We weren't.
Did Juniper just tell a truth about where she came from? A personal truth?
Yeah. I
Oh
didn't
my
know that you had
God.
a brother. I'm sorry. Oh, Nevi, we can't hear you.
Oh, I don't talk about him very much or my grandpa because it's actually really hard being away from them. Like, I joke about my mom or my dad because they aren't a big part of my life, so it doesn't matter. But they do matter, and I'm really worried about them because now it's just them, and I don't know if they're okay on their own.
Are you like not able to go back to the countryside?
So,
Sorry to hear that.
And there's like a bazillion other worlds. Did you know that? I didn't know that when I was in the countryside. So if ever this one's too much, I'll just go somewhere else. As soon as I figure everything out with Natalie, I'll just hop into a new one. So it'll be fine.
Just hop into new ones.
I mean, why not? I've never known that was an option before. And once I figure things out with Natalie, I don't really see the point of sticking around. So you guys don't have to put up with me long. Don't worry.
hey, I'm not saying this out of pity, but it seems, I'm saying it because, quite frankly, and I kind of like tap her on the head, like, it seems kind of hard to get this through your noggin, but we do like you.
You've all told me you don't.
I mean, I have never said that I don't like you.
You said I was difficult to be around, which is the same thing.
No, it's because I have, like, I have a lot of stuff going on, and I briefly explained Spoon's theory to Juniper.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Oh,
There
okay.
we go.
I can see how this applies to my life as well.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for-
Sense, yeah.
just- Can you buy more spoons?
Unfortunately, no.
Aw, that sucks.
So, it's not you. It's just a me and the whole world, and you gotta find a balance and stuff. So, I mean, I think of you as a friend, and it did hurt when you kept, not being honest about things because, you help me and I do want to help you.
The stuff I'm not honest about doesn't really have anything to do with you guys, and there's stuff I'm not really supposed to talk about. It's not that I want to lie to you. I don't really know how to. I don't know what I'm doing. If you haven't realized, I don't know what I'm doing like 24/7, and I'm not worried about you. Like, I liked Violet, but it doesn't mean I don't like you as well, Lila. I want to find a solution where everyone can be happy if it's up to me.
I know, it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little jealous because it does seem like you like her more, and I know I have the personality of Milk Toast, so
Yeah, but you're my milk toast, and that's okay.
Whoa.
I think I'm missing something.
I think, Verity, you see a little strand of something appear in that moment between these two.
Aw.
Also, you've never took me to a murder alley, so you have that going for you.
Yeah, I have to say that, as much as you seem to like Violet, I mean, the minute that she got control of this body, what did she do? She goes out and she finds, like, the biggest asshole in the entire town to go on a date with.
I mean, that's kind of fun, though, right? Like, if you're gonna go on a date, make it memorable. I don't
It
know.
seemed like she was really into this guy.
Well,
Violet just has. That's how we tell the difference between the two. We just have two pictures and see which one has the more terrible taste in men.
Oh dear.
that could work. That could work. That could really work.
What a bizarre litmus test.
That could really work.
I feel like there's so many issues.
I mean, it's fine. You know what? Violet can make mistakes in men. Think about it. She's never got to date anyone before. That was her first date ever.
Thing is, it's like, depending on whose memories I saw in the purple place, she might have had an entire life before this. So,
Maybe. I don't know. Look, I had a brief 5-minute conversation with the girl. She seemed genuine. She seemed real. She seemed hurt by everything that was going on. She wanted to help as well. She seemed nice. Fun.
Like, I'm sorry. What's the name of the spirit that lives in your house again?
Elantris. Oh, sorry, Natalie. Too many spirits living in houses.
Elantris.
yeah.
I'm in Elantris. Yeah, sometimes spirits don't remember the life they lived before.
I mean, but then he figured it out. Like, he made those connections and stuff.
Maybe Violet
Once-
just hasn't made hers yet. But also, still, like, cosmically, that's both of your body somehow,
Yeah,
so.
I guess. I mean, can you make 2 of them? We should
Are you
just
supposed to
figure
have
out
a
how to
twin?
make 2
Is this
bodies.
one of those situations?
Yeah, look, if we just make a second body, all the solutions can be solved. And, like, people make things all the time, so we just gotta find someone who makes bodies.
It's
Bam.
a little more complicated to make people.
Is that- we have an
There's a
island
dark
with-
tome somewhere in the library. You
I
can.
mean, how far is cloning technology?
You don't need a clone. You just need a spell.
A lot. Yeah, a whole
Yeah.
lot of magic. I'm
Yeah,
vague-
how is cloning technology in this world, Thomas?
Oh boy.
In this high magic fantasy modern world, how easy would it? Hypothetically,
If
would
you
it
wanted
be
to get a clone, is it
to
just
clone
maybe
someone?
put a lot of money?
Yeah.
You know, this
You
sounds
have
like
enough
great
money.
stuff for you all to research on your own time.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
montage.
We all immediately go to the library and research clones.
Okay. But I was wondering, does Altus have, the equivalent of like a Reddit forum or something like that?
Yeah, they got student message boards and stuff.
Okay, yeah, because so I don't know if this tells you. I've been in school for a really long time, guys. I want to, but
Don't take me
like,
back.
a lot of times, like they have, like meetup, or like you post for help, or like to sell your crappy couch that you have in your apartment or whatever. Is it possible that we could like just comb through their message boards to see if there's one like for mediums or something like that, to see if we can
Easily.
find someone?
Easily. Absolutely.
Also, maybe someone who specializes in purple monsters that follow people
That'd be
around.
great.
That sometimes eat you and sometimes hug you?
Yeah, it seems like
I'm really not here for this on again, off again, love-hate relationship I've got
First
going
they're
on
sour,
here.
then they're sweet. It's fine.
very
It's really
yeah.
confusing. Look, if we're gonna pursue the message boards, I want to know all about this Enigma Club. This is my new biggest interest.
Boy, our rivals.
I want to meet our rivals and destroy them.
Okay, yeah.
This is the start of
In
season
good old
2.
sports anime fashion. Yes.
Immediately becomes this is an education where we all go to Altus and just make it better.
Just eliminate the question mark. Or add the is, I guess. Move the is. Incredible.
In a weird parallel universe, that is what it is.
Okay, so a lot of emotions been laid bare in this room at this time. What is everybody's immediate next step?
Oh boy, not all go at once.
Like
Well,
class
if
is
we're-
over, we are taking the day to like just rest and we're gonna start up tomorrow. Is that the
Yeah,
idea? Okay.
yeah.
Start up with what tomorrow is my question.
Oh, okay. We're starting tomorrow with like going to talk to the dean. Do
Mhm.
you want us to talk about what we're doing tomorrow or what we're doing right after we leave this room?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
So talking to the
Dean is
dean.
the major plan. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Hmm?
Great.
Get an
Murder dean.
appointment with the dean.
An appointment with the dean. And on that exciting cliffhanger, that is where we will end today's session of Is This an Education? As our college students go and chat with the dean, which might be harder than it seems. To
Oh,
find out what I mean
no.
by that, you'll have to tune in next week for another, or rather 2 weeks from now for another
Yeah.
episode of Is This an Education? Thank you all so much for joining us. Thanks to our amazing players for some truly amazing, emotional, heartbreaking, lovely scenes in this one. My
Oh,
Off those
goodness.
heartstrings.
Absolutely incredible.
I almost cried.
Oh my god, Katie, you were
I
killing
did,
me.
my
You were
nose
so
is running.
incredible. You were so
Aw.
incredible, Katie.
And can I just say, I'm excited to see where the rest of this goes, because, folks, it's gonna go places. Um,
I'm afraid.
Why don't we just don't go places? Why don't we just go get coffee?
yeah, we could. I don't know what I'd make you
Honest-
roll at that point, but
I regret giving you this character.
gave you too much power. Excellent. So, before we leave, any plugs anybody would like to do before we depart for this evening?
are you gonna do the
Yes.
artist plug?
I'll do that
Perfect.
after.
Thank you for Nevi and Gray for doing the library shout out last time, but I'm gonna do it this time. Please sign up for your summer reading programs. Support your local libraries during this high volume time. Please be gentle with them. There's a lot happening. And yeah, support your local libraries, support the arts. People are getting ready to go back to school, so if you can, do the Stuff a Backpack program. Kids are still in need of school supplies, and especially for sanitary products as well. So masks, hand sanitizer, soap, because that hand sanitizer does get really rough on your hands. So give where you can.
Anything else from anybody else? Nothing major?
Nothing major. Just hi.
Just hi.
Thanks for
hey,
watching.
how's it
Yeah,
going?
thank
Thanks
you for
watching.
hanging out.
Thanks for,
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
of course.
Especially when we're all here in one place.
Oh my god, yeah.
Look at us. We're all here.
Oh
It's
god,
aligned.
adult life is so cool.
Stars have aligned. Beautiful.
praise Omnius.
Praise Omnius.
Thanks, Dom.
Oh
um,
my god, the best joke was just who would spread lies about Omnius? I figured it out, mystery solved. That was fun.
Done. GG. The easiest mystery of my life.
Here you go, brokers. We cracked the case. No. Our music is by various artists from Hyson, from the album's soundtrack for The Weary Volumes 1 and 2, from X Takeru X, from the albums Victim and Demonized, and also our beautiful art of the character portraits that we have up on the screen. That was by Maxine Azara, and that can be found on the link that. Can we post that to Twitch right now?
I posted.
It's already posted. Fantastic. Check her out, Commissioner. She's wonderful.
Oh my god, the art's so pretty.
Makes beautiful art. And I think that's all we have for now. Again, thank you all for watching. We'll check you out next time. Until then, is this an education? All right.
Now we do the title screen and credits. Boom.
Boom.
Boom.